Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, the Bluff City Cowboy, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. And we are back with another episode. Tonight's topic is the 2026 NFL schedule that was posted last week. Got a lot to talk about, so of course I had to bring my guys back for another very spirited, very knowledgeable, engaged conversation about the schedule. Before I introduce them, get some house cleaning out the way. I see those views are starting to grow pretty fast, so thank you everybody who's watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button if you're watching from Facebook. Let's get those likes to match those views. For those of you watching from YouTube, if you get a chance, go over to Facebook, type in DC4L, join that Facebook group. We're about 18,000 strong right now. We have a ton of admin who monitor the page. So if you want to come and learn something about the Cowboys, you want to have a great discussion, you want to start a debate, it's a safe space for all Cowboys fans. Make sure you check that out. For those of you who are watching from Facebook, you get a chance, go over to YouTube, type in DC4L, hit that YouTube channel up, hit that subscribe button, and also find me at Bluff City Cowboys. And as always, this show is fueled by Fifth Quarter Nation. So get in those comments. Let me know who you are, where you're from, how long you've been a Cowboys fan, or if you got anything you want to add to the conversation tonight, feel free to do so. Tonight's topic is, again, the 2026 NFL schedule for the Dallas Cowboys. I see we got Ice Cold Cowboy joining us early. And then we also got my guy, hadn't seen him in a while, Keystone Cowboy. Appreciate you locking in with us.
Yeah.
So now, before we get underway, you've seen these guys on the show a few times. Some of my favorite podcasters out there. We got my guys over from Frankly Football joining once again. Guys, thank you for joining. Let the people know who you are.
I'm Brandon, one of the hosts of Frankly Football. You can find us on YouTube. We try to give a lot of knowledge-based Cowboys discussion and, NFL in general as well. Bluff, thank you so much for inviting us back on the show, bro. Always a pleasure.
Yo, man, set it off, Chris, down in VA, man. Found Bluff last year, man, just perusing these Facebook streets. And I was like, yo, this dude's super knowledgeable, man. And I've enjoyed every time we've had a chance to sit down and talk and get together, man. So, yo, man, just happy to be here, man. We are trudging through what we call the barren land of the offseason. And we talked about the draft. We talked about the draft and we talked about the schedule the other night. But I definitely wanted to get on with Bluff, man, and chop this thing up as well. Thank you for having us, man.
Oh, man. Appreciate you guys contacting me. I always love having some guys I can bounce ideas off of.
No doubt.
Before we get started with the schedule show, the reason we started late because we had a great conversation going behind the scenes and we lost track of time.
Yeah. Sorry about that, family.
No, you're good. So before we get into the schedule, let me know from you guys. We talked about undrafted free agents last week. Right. Who are your top 3 guys that you think have the best chance of making the roster just right now?
Right. Well,
no particular order, just
no particular. Okay.
Yeah, just top 3 guys you like who you think have a chance.
Okay, so one of the guys we talked about, I'm back, off camera. Y'all go ahead and shout him down. I want him because it's personal. But Tommy Dunn is my number one guy to make it. He's my number one guy to make as an undrafted guy and make this team. I just like his versatility. I like the room he's going into. I think you're going to be able to change and move some people around different. I just think Q Williams has always been the one guy I wanted on this football team because I wanted a dominating nose tackle who could move all over the place. And the way he played at Alabama, and I just always wanted him here. I think Dunn just adds to the rotation in that room. And like we were talking about 5 defensive tackles. I think we might even go 6 what we're trying to get to. So Tommy Dunn's my number one guy.
Okay. You got another one you like? If you can't give me 3, just give me 2.
Oh, my second.
What about the guy that everybody's falling in love with?
I mean, he's so easy, and the reason we love Trigg so much is because we really hate Jake Ferguson a lot. because and let me say this and so people can understand where I'm coming from. When we had that year where Dalton Schultz, Jake Ferguson, and Peyton Hendershot were there. We were loving Peyton Hendershot and Jake Ferguson because they were versatile, getting down the field, splitting the seams, and making plays after catching the football, after having so many years of 6 yards and falling from old Jason Witten and Dalton Schultz. But Ferguson has never took that next step. So we've been looking for any and everybody to replace him because, Faraday, is it Ronaldo Faraday, the kid out of
Faraday.
Rivaldo,
excuse me.
Yeah. He didn't crack the lineup last year to figure out what's going on with him. We already got a blocking tight end in span form. So Trig is just, we want a middle of the field, seam busting tight end that we haven't had for Rain ever. Those are the two areas that we've never given Rain that next level guy, is that tight end that can, middle of the field guy, and we've never given him a replacement for Cole Beasley, that shifty middle of the field wide receiver. So that's why everybody loves Trig, man.
Yeah.
So like the chat is saying, Michael Trigg, tight end out of Baylor, definitely has the best chance to make the roster, and that's gonna be a common theme with the three guys that I picked. I think that Michael Trigg has an amazing chance to make the roster because I think that the front office might be out on Schoonmaker, and they just looking for a more explosive receiving threat at the tight end position.
Yeah.
Next, I think is Dominic Richardson, running back out of Tulsa.
Okay.
The running back 2 situation has not really been solved yet. So if he can come in and give you meaningful reps, and like you said, Bluff, he can give you a reliable 4 or 5 yards. He may not break a big one off, but he can give you a reliable short scamper. And if he can be productive with that, consistent with that, then he'll make his way in that running back room. And then the last one is Langston Peterson, the Vandy linebacker.
Okay.
We haven't really figured out the linebacker room in its totality yet, and it was just bad last year. If I could be frank about it.
Yeah.
Hey man, look,
it wasn't bad last year.
Horrendous.
It was horrific. Yeah,
there we go.
You got to put some emphasis on it. This was
okay. I got to use a couple $5 words.
You got to get. Okay. You got to
really get it was abhorrent, Chris. It was abhorrent. There we go.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Nah, them jokers was bad last year, and you called it 2 years in a row. So I'm not gonna steal any thunder from you in that area. Linebacker room has been terrible. But okay. The Vandy kid, I like him too.
Yeah.
I've seen him for a minute. Yeah.
I got him number 4 on mine. And that's only because, like you said, we lost Brandon.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
Okay.
He'll be right back.
But
yeah, when I look at him,
my camera. Just adjusting the camera. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when I look at Patterson, I talked about this during the draft, how we got the safety, so we don't necessarily have to have like a green dot guy linebacker.
Okay.
He could be a green dot. So when you're running your third unit and you don't have your Caleb Downs and your Jalen Thompson and your PJ Locke out there, and you just got Marquise Bell and who's another safety who'll be out there with them.
Elijah Clark.
When you got them out there, you don't have that green dot at safety. So now you put Patterson in, and he's going to be your third unit green dot, and I think that's going to really help him set himself apart from all those other linebackers kind of at the bottom of the totem pole.
Man, we kicking Malik Hooker right off the cliff. We putting a boot in that man back. Well, I'm telling you, what's the loyalty to these streets? But okay, I got you. I'm with you.
So I think we're all pretty much on the same page with kind of our top 3. Now I got another guy that I like, and that's DJ Winfield, the guard.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to go to USC. He missed all of last year.
In
my opinion, if he would have played last year, it would have probably been
a drafty guy,
a low day 3, high day 2 type guy. Played tackle, but I think he looks better inside as a guard. He's the guy that they had their undrafted set and signed. He came in for a workout, and then they cut a guy that they had just signed.
Ooh. Wow.
So you got to pay attention to him. He has it. If you talk about nasty, good feet, already got strength. He has
Mhm.
all that. Just got
Okay.
to see him put it together. And on top of that, we don't have a lot of depth at that guard spot right now.
There you go.
So
Indeed.
he
Right.
can easily
He would
just slide his way
slide
in as a
in.
third
at,
Slide
fourth
in.
at
guard.
tackle he would be in a crowded fight.
Exactly.
You know, some shoulders would be rubbing between him
but that-
and the second and third guys. But
Yeah.
at guard, he definitely
Right.
has a lot more of
There's some
a lot more
leeway.
possibility.
There's a
There we go,
need.
leeway.
Yeah,
Leeway.
there's leeway,
Absolutely.
and there's an absolute need with the fact of the matter that you turn around and let Hoffman go ahead and get out there and
Yep.
be that guy wherever he's going to be. You're
Mhm.
definitely going to be able to need that. So
Sure.
that's a good one. Yeah,
I'm trying not
I like
to read
that.
too much into it, but they still got Tyler Smith listed at tackle on the depth chart online. So just something to pay attention to as we're going off season.
Hey, man, listen. That's why I keep this hat on because I need Jerry fired from being a GM. Let football folks put football folks where they're supposed to be. And if you're great at something, let that man be great. He's adequate as a tackle.
Yeah.
He is all world as a guard. And that's
Absolutely.
always been my stance. You know, that
Yeah.
left side player stuff. Listen, man. I know this may hurt some folks' feeling, man, but there's only one Larry Allen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's only one Larry Allen. And let's stop trying to figure out every 15, 20 years that guy's coming along. That's not happening. You know, Larry Allen was all world Hall of Famer. Let Tyler Smith just go ahead and be the next great guard in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be the next great guard and just leave him there and let's figure out the other pieces around him. We talked about the story of the undrafted, the young tackle out of the University of Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And somebody said he looked like Frankenstein out there
Exactly.
in these streets, man. He looked, really unathletic and just out there. So
Absolutely. He looked bad in college. I don't see how he got picked up.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, talking about Shy-Ass Pete, tackle Kentucky.
right. And
He
so
looked bad in college. If he couldn't win off being 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, he was getting murdered.
You ever walk around with like a rock in your foot in your shoe? Like I feel like that's kind of how he moved. Like it was almost like a hitch every single time. No matter what foot he was on.
You trying to choke me? You trying to choke me on the stream, dude? Put a rock in your foot? Come on, man. Rock in your shoe? Yeah. He's the Cowboys just love a storyline, and I think they're trying to figure out a place to get a storyline. But I just think let's just keep it simple. You went and got arguably on a lot of people's boards the first, second, or third best player in the draft. Depending on where you want to put that. Let that dude fly. And I know this sounds crazy, but 13 is kind of laying on me a certain kind of way. I'm kind of liking 13.
It's not for me.
I'm liking 13. I'm loving 13, man. You know, and coming from a guy who doesn't judge rookies.
Hey,
let him play 13.
I will judge that number because I want to buy that jersey. I will judge that number.
We don't judge rookies.
I don't.
Go ahead and rock that 13. You know,
I'll judge that jersey number because Chris is hideous. It's hideous, man.
Hey man, 13 is fly, man. I'm starting to like it, man.
On a receiver.
I listen, because you've seen him in a certain number, but just let that kid go make plays, man. Just let him go make plays, and we'll see what happens.
I think we'll see some musical chairs with these numbers at the training camp.
I hope so.
I mean, 14 is on one guy. 2 is on another guy.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna come off some bread to make him go do it, and the number isn't available.
Yeah.
The last time we had a controversy with a number, CD wanted to wear number 10.
Yep.
Jerry talked about it, but the guy who sealed the deal for it was Michael Irvin. There is no, hey, we love him because where he's seen him play at other places. And just let him go do his thing, man.
Yeah.
We'll love the number no matter what.
And I wish it was available. I wish you could get 7 or something like that because Jesus.
I think we'll see a change before the season starts.
Okay. But I guess everybody's waiting till the season start before they buy their jersey.
I would for sure. Chris, I'm not buying that 13 yet, man.
Hey, first off, man, 13 was my number, so I like 13 on him.
Were
So
you a
it's no
DB?
problem.
Were you a DB?
Man, no, I was a power forward.
Oh, okay.
I was a power forward.
So there we go. Different
But
sport, different rules.
I wore mine for a totally different person. I told you, you never looked him up. I wore my number 13 for Glenn Robinson out of
I still don't
Purdue,
know
the
who that
big
is.
dog.
Still don't know who that is.
He's the number one pick in the draft. I'm trying to get you some
older than me, Chris.
lore.
I'm
I'm trying to
person
get you
here.
some greatness. I'm trying to get you some greatness. But that's what we do, man. That's what we do.
For
So
sure.
we got this draft, we got this schedule. So Bluff, on a scale of 1 to 10, where did you rank this schedule?
Give me 1 second. Let me go to your question. Let me just go through the comments real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So got to give some shouts out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people who've been locking in so far.
No doubt.
Joe Babineau, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you tuning in.
What's up, Joe?
Got Baron Young joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us.
So
Des Moines Milson looks like a new name. Thank you for locking in with us tonight.
Trig is the guy.
Of course, I shout out my guy Keystone.
Yes, sir.
Got my guy Jeff in the comments. Appreciate you joining as always.
Okay.
Bill Kellerman joining us from Texas. Appreciate you locking in with us tonight.
That's what's up, Bill.
Got another regular, William Wiggins, been locking in with me since pretty much day one. So definitely thank you for joining.
Salute.
And got Ice Cold Cowboy, another longtime follower.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get to the schedule, and great question, Chris. Let's hit this question for you guys first, since you're the guest.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of touched base on this when the show started. Des Moines Milson asked the question: how do you feel about the linebackers at this point in the offseason?
Uncomfortable.
Damone, I'm gonna give you how I feel, but I like the linebacker room. I don't think you need to add another guy. I like everything that we have because we got some people who got to prove something. So
are you being sarcastic or are you being serious?
No, I'm being flat out serious.
Okay,
this is a lot more optimistic than me.
I'm way more optimistic than him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love Curtis Robinson. You got Bluff. You got him as your sixth guy. I think he comes and plays. Justin, I'm just wanting to see what Justin Barron does because I think he gives you so much upside. His size, his ability, like we talked about earlier, his ability to cover and do certain things. So I think he helps people in that area. I think you have a wild card in Overshown because he's got to prove it. He went and got the guy that all the Cowboy Nation hates. He went and hired David Mulugeta. So he's thinking this is his chance to go get a payday. All right. So those are three right there. And then I love the addition of D Winters because D Winters is a ascending guy. So many times the Cowboys get a linebacker from somewhere, Logan Wilson, which we should have kept for a fifth-round pick. And then you turn around and get guys like, Kenneth Murray, because he still doesn't know how to play football, and then you go get, Jack Sanborn. Then, you thought he was going to be somebody, and he showed you the first play when he was at the Cowboys. He had Saquon in the hole. Saquon just gave him a little shake, and he was somewhere over there. Yeah, had him eating a hot dog. So now that I've got younger guys, I truly believe if you get younger guys who can be taught with this staff, because this staff is going to have to be the essence. That's our biggest addition that we got in free agency, the staff, from Christian Parker and all the guys that he brought with him that he hired. So I like those three. And then with Winters being an ascending guy, I get to see his best football ahead of him. I think last year he had 107 tackles. So I think and he's 27, so he's on the right side of 28 going forward. And then Barham, man, I don't think people have had this much excitement about what we have. The last time we had this kind of excitement about an off-ball linebacker, he wore number 11, and he's the name that we shall not name because of who he is. But we have great excitement about him. He's totally serious. He wants to go, he just wants to go, and he loves football. It's not like, hey, wherever you put me, I'm going to play. So I'm excited about the linebacker room. I don't think you need to add anything. I think we find one of these free agent guys, because I don't want to go get a veteran guy because the veteran guy blocks one of my younger guys getting to play, because that veteran guy is not playing special teams. So why am I bringing him? I want my guys to get as many reps as possible as they can and help out. So I'm fine with the linebacker room.
Okay.
I'm dissatisfied. Like I told you. I believe that if Overshown is healthy, he can be an amazing player. but he's missed, I want to say, 34 games of his young career. Is that number correct? It's
That's
more than
sounds
he's
pretty
played.
close.
D. Winters, I think, can be a good player, but it still remains to be seen how he's going to perform in a 3-4 system. And everything else after that is a question mark. Shamar James, he's going into his second year. That's when we're really going to see what type of players he is. And then guys like Justin Barron, Curtis Robinson, those are question marks. So you got more questions than you have solid answers in this linebacker room so far. I'm unsatisfied with what they've done so far. I want at least one more guy. One more guy
to do what, B? To do what?
To play.
I don't need no guy to play. To do what? I got all these young all these young talented guys that you brought in you brought in last year to be able to play. Shamar James is highly talented. Shamar James coming out of high school into college and things like that. You need to get him on the field to go make plays. I need to figure out what Justin Barron is. I need to figure out. I think Curtis Robinson can play. So my thing is, if you go get a guy, right? You go get an old Bobby Wagner. You go get somebody like that. All that person does is stop you from developing the younger guys that you want to be, because we have such a heavy front-loaded salary-wise type of team. Yeah, I can never find out what my younger guys can do, and then they go somewhere else and play and ball out.
Let me ask you this question, Chris. And I'm surprised by you, because when I came on you guys' show 2 months ago and I was saying pretty much the same thing you saying, y'all both tried to run me off the screen.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened, man. This is the thing about it. This is the beautiful part about it, Bluff. Once you get more new information, you can
always change your mind.
You can always come back and be like, you know what, Mark, Bluff was right. And I give you that. But we were so downtrodden by what the linebacker room looked like going into the draft.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even, we just, dude, the linebackers was so bad last year, man. You just wanted everybody thrown off this football team. If you played defense on this team last year, if your last name wasn't Williams, if your last name wasn't Clark, you had to go. You had to go find. There were times where we were talking about 10. We needed 10 new guys.
Yeah,
we wanted 10 new guys. Now, as we went through the process, we started seeing some different things, and then we got out of being emotional. We probably needed 7.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question, Chris, before we go to the schedule. Assuming Overshown is Overshown's. Who are your 2 linebackers going into week 1?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Wait,
Week one. Oh, you trying to listen? Oh,
yeah, okay. I'm listening.
Oh, you're listening. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm lining up, playing the Giants Sunday night, I'm going with D. I'm going with D Winters.
Okay.
Come on, give it to me. Yeah. Come on.
Cause I can't trust him. Yeah, I can't trust him, man.
You gotta pretend like some of these guys don't exist, Chris.
I can't trust I gotta start a rookie right next to him.
Yeah.
I gotta put Barham right next to him. I cannot walk into this season thinking I'm gonna get 17. Our ultimate goal, Bluff, is 19. Until they prove me otherwise. Because I don't believe in 20 yet. I don't believe in us getting to the Super Bowl. I just wanted to get us to the NFC Championship. But I'm gonna have to start off with Winters and Winters and Barham.
Okay.
Those are my 2. Go ahead, B.
That would have been the 2 that I would have picked.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And that's no slight against James Barron or Robinson or Leofau, if he's there, anything like that. That I think that if you want the guy who's going to give you the most juice out of the gate, if Overshown says ouch, it'll be Barham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Overshown has a heavy rotation inside that. If we got 65 snaps, hey man, if we're at 65 snaps, can we say this all together? Can we get some Jeff Heath type of snaps out of Overshown?
This a family show, Chris. Why we gotta bring him up, man?
Yo, man, listen, man, the GOAT will still always be the GOAT, man. And so if we can get 25 great snaps out of Overshown, and until we feel like we can trust them with more and for what we're trying to do, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not upset at that. I do think that he kind of got to be on the snap count just because of his inability to stay healthy, and I'm cool with it.
His fragility.
I'm cool with it. Yeah, there we go. Fragility. Boy, you bringing out some $5 words today, Chris.
Man, when I hang out with Bluff, man, I gotta bring my A game, man. I gotta bring my A game.
So yeah, Chris, I do think that relegating Overshown to like a I hate to say the word rotational, but that kind of describes it.
Yeah,
relegating them to a rotational role.
Why would
that might be the best for him in the long term.
But why would you trust him with more when he hasn't shown you he can do it? Yeah, come on, bro. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, guys, that's great conversation. Let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. Let's take a look at this 2026 schedule. So, Chris, before we got talking about linebackers, you had a question for me. What was that question? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Oh man, daggone, Marcus.
I think it was something about how would I grade the schedule?
Oh yeah, what was on a scale of 1 to 10? Because we did ours about where we ranked it. Where would you give the schedule?
You mean in terms of difficulty?
Yes, difficulty.
Okay. I see we got my guy Nick joining us. Nick, thank you for tuning in.
Nick, what's up, man?
Appreciate it. Whew, you know, looking at the schedule, I think it's going to be a lot harder than actually going through it. But just looking right now, probably I want to say 8.
Wow. Okay.
I'm leaning more towards 7. It's a couple of teams on here that were good last year. I don't think going to be as good this year.
I'm interested to see who you think that is.
Yeah,
I know who Brandon doesn't believe in, but go ahead.
So what we'll do is this is the full schedule, so everybody can kind of get a look, and then we'll break it down into 4 quarters. So we'll do week 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 14, 15 through 18.
There we go.
We'll just go through them quickly. Give you guys some thoughts about each team and let you know whether we think it's a win or loss.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Oh, before we go, so what did you guys say last week?
I ranked it as it's the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL. Where I ranked it. So because of that difficulty, and I when I saw that, I said I'm gonna get this like a 9. This is a gauntlet with the late bye and everything that comes along with it. I'm worried about how we weather the storm. This people staying healthy and how we're going to be able to find different pockets for certain things. We're going to go through these first 5, and I'll elaborate a little bit more. But I got it as an 8, 8.5. It's a tough one.
Okay,
absolutely. I 100% agree with Chris. There are extremely tough stretches throughout the season. The outside of division and outside of conference opponents are either ones who have consistently given us trouble or just generally hard teams. So yeah, they didn't do us any favors. So it's up to the Cowboys to step up to that challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
Yep.
So I see we got Mendoza joining us in the comments. Mendoza, appreciate you tuning in.
Shout out to your brother Fernando.
Came just in time.
No doubt.
All right. So first start of the season. As you know, this is kind of where teams are still trying to feel themselves out.
Right. Many preseason.
Yeah.
Many preseason.
A lot of games go either way. It's pretty much just kind of a talent on talent type thing right here. Nobody really has a grasp on their scheme. You try to lean into your home games if you can.
Right.
And just try to squeeze a couple of them out. Now, unfortunately for us, we have what's essentially 3 away games in our first 5.
Right.
So that makes it a little bit difficult. But just looking at week 1 at New York Giants, pretty much a season staple at this point. The Cowboys are playing the Giants.
Yep.
Over the past 6 years, we pretty much dominated them. Sunday Night Football. Do you guys think we continue to trend week 1?
Started off big.
All right. Yes, I do think that we beat them. I think that if they would have had Malik Neighbors, then maybe we could have a conversation. But with Malik Neighbors it being a serious question mark whether he will be ready by the beginning of the season,
right?
As well as Jackson Dart, and Chris's guy Cam Scatterboo,
Scatterboo, yeah.
all returning from injury.
I knew he was going to say that dude's name. Yeah,
But so with all three of their major pieces on offense returning from injury, that is going to be an extra get right game for them. They may not start camp fully healthy and things like that. So yes, I believe that we continue to beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Without their quarterback having a career day against us this time.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have it, but
Yeah,
Sierra husband did, and
absolutely.
and we ain't got to worry about him this year. So I got us beating the Giants because we're just coming back off like all the different things that Brandon said. Not fully healthy early in the season, not really aware who they are, and you're getting to see their new defensive pieces a lot earlier. They're going to be a lot better as the season goes on. So I said we beat the Giants handily on Sunday Night Football and start off 1-0.
I'm right there with you. Going into week 2.
Now with Washington
quarterbacks dealing with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Their number 2 receiver right now is Traylon Burks.
Mm.
I don't think they have running back figured out yet. Defense, they got Sonny Styles, but I mean, I don't see the secondary still looks suspect.
Right.
First home game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much spilling it out, but I'm sure you guys know I'm going with this one. What do you guys think?
And listen, Washington looks like the island of misfit toys right now. They got a lot of pieces there all over the place. You like certain things, but they're going to be trying to figure out what they're going to be able to do with the running back situation. They've got the 7th round draft pick from last year, but you get Katron Allen there, and you want to be able to do that, but you really don't know what you want to do. And we're not sure which Jaden Daniels we're going to get.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's not going to be formulating. It's not going to be flowing together. And I just think this defense is going to be able to get off on some certain areas. So I see the Cowboys starting off 2-0.
I agree. I think that we can beat Washington because it's going to be early. Like you mentioned, Bluff, they still haven't quite figured out running back. Ja'Cory Cross-Camara, I do not call him Bill, is going to be the returning guy. But then they got Rashad White and the rookie Katron Allen out of Penn State. So they could figure it out later on down the season, but Rashad White and Cross-Camara, they're not going to be rookies at this point. So they might not see a lot of burn in those preseason games. So these first 3, possibly 4 weeks are going to be like your tune-up games, your preseason games that count, and with that also being the case, we're going to see, Jaden Daniels is 100% healthy. And yeah, their receiving room is also a little shaky. So their offense is nowhere near as potent as ours. I think that if it comes down to just a foot race, then we can score more points than them.
Absolutely.
Yep.
One thing I will say about this game is, though, this will be our first test for our linebackers because, for one, you got a mobile quarterback.
Right.
For 2, they just signed a extremely athletic tight end in Okonkwo.
Yeah.
And then Krosky, Merritt, and Rashad White are really good out of the backfield in terms of receivers. So we're going to find out how those guys can play in space early based off of this game.
Absolutely.
And that'll definitely lead us into week 3, where I think it gets kind of interesting. I feel like we may have a difference of opinion on this one, but we got to make that 10-hour flight.
Right.
11.
I think it's 11. I think it's 11.
It's an 11-hour flight.
11 hours. Yeah.
So based off what we all say, we're riding high for 2 games, up 2 games, both in division. Probably be number 1 at that point, and we got to play against Baltimore. What do you guys think about this game?
I'm not really. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, but you really don't know who they are. Yeah. Jesse Mentis is gonna be coming in. He's gonna want to put his own label on this defense.
Yeah,
this defense took a beating last year.
Absolutely.
So you could do whatever you want to, which was really odd for a lot of us because we haven't seen that kind of Ravens defense be like that in the last 10, 15 years. That's been kind of the staple of this football team. So, and then it's just going to be what can Lamar do? He lost Lively. That was a huge piece for him last year. He loved working with the tight end. So and they really are just trying to figure out who they are. I think this is going to be like you said. I think you get a test in week 2 with Washington running around with a mobile quarterback.
Just at the linebacker spot, yeah.
Yeah, at the linebacker
Yeah.
spot. I think you get another test with that this week, and the next week with the Ravens. But I just trust this offense way more than maybe I should. I think you beat Baltimore. I think Baltimore doesn't, hasn't fully bounced back to who they were, and I think you're 3-0. I think you beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think that you can beat the Ravens.
Okay.
But this is going to be one of the tougher games. It's very early in the season where, a team still hasn't really gotten all of the rust out, gotten everything figured out offensively or defensively. And then you're going to an area where it's an extremely long flight, and the NFL doesn't want teams to be in Brazil that often, that long
For a
period of time because of the
long period of time.
gang
Yeah.
activity down there. If you remember the game that they did last year, they basically flew those guys out there last minute
the
game, out the game, home.
Yeah.
So that's something that is going to interfere with that get right process of those first 3 or 4 games. The Ravens, I believe, if they choose to, they can beat you on the ground or in the air. Lamar, like we've talked about before, extremely mobile quarterback. Our defense hasn't historically done too well against mobile quarterbacks. But then you got Derrick Henry in that backfield, man. When he lines up in that capital I, 7 yards back and gets a head full of steam, man, he is still one of the best running backs in the league. Had a down year last year, but I would bank on him doing better before I bank on him doing worse.
But hey, man, listen, I understand that, but listen, the one guy who's undefeated is Father Time. So I think he's got to start slowing down at some point. At some point, he's got to start becoming immortal. And I understand he's been immortal for the last he's been in the league 12 years? No, not that long. No,
10 years. He came out the same years.
Yeah, 10 years. He's been in the league 10 years. So I think we might start seeing a little, decline with him. And I think the 11-hour flight affects him just like it affects our guys. So I think we might have a little opportunity and we have built this defense to stop the run. I think you got an opportunity to beat the Ravens.
You can.
Okay.
You can. But I'm not just gonna outright say, oh yeah, we could beat them people. Like I feel against New York and against Washington. I think that Baltimore lost.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
What was the point? Excuse me.
No. I was reading the comments. Getting them early is huge.
Getting them early with a new head coach for sure.
Right.
For sure.
That's huge. Yeah.
I think that it's one thing to have to play Lamar and Derrick Henry once they got things figured out. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. When they're still kind of fine tuning things and then that get right process, it gives you more of a chance than you want to believe. So yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this one.
Okay.
Like you said, you get the new coach early. You don't know what to expect. Is the defense going to gel quick?
Yeah.
And then on offense, we haven't really seen a lot of consistent Lamar Jackson over the past year or so.
True.
What does this new offensive coordinator do for him?
Okay.
Because their problems the last 14 months, they start running the ball and being successful, and then they go away from it.
Go straight away from it. Yeah. None whatsoever.
So you got to see what this offensive coordinator does. Just doing a quick search on him, it looks like he believes in physicality. So this will be our first real test for our run game, I think.
Right.
I don't think Washington is
a defensive-minded head coach, though.
Yeah, that's true. So
right.
It's going to be run the ball, but defensive-minded head coaches usually run the ball and
they want to run the ball and play defense. Yeah,
yeah.
They ain't about throwing it. They want to run the ball, keep the game tight, and go from there. So if you get up by 14 on them and force them to do what they don't want to do, I think it plays into your hand.
Sure.
Yep, I think it plays into your hand.
I think right now we're all kind of set. First 2 weeks should be definitely dubs. Right. Kind of waffling on week 3, week 4.
Gotcha.
This is where it gets interesting. In-state rivalry.
Yeah.
This team is coming to play physical smash mouth football. I don't know what they're going to do at the running back position. So, quarterback can be a little bit shaky. We've seen
a little bit.
I'm being generous.
Okay.
we've seen him lose some games that their defense pretty much gift wrapped for him.
Right.
So we got to go to Houston and see what those boys got. What do you guys think? What do you guys think we are on that one?
You got to be.
I do think that the weakest part of Houston last year was CJ Stroud. He had that sophomore slump, like some people do, and that's just a product of teams getting film on you. Now, I do believe that David Montgomery is a really good running back, and I think that Woody Marks is an okay number 2. So I'm willing to give him a bit more credit than they've earned at the running back position, because you could see last year that it was definitely a problem. The most important thing for the Texans offense this year, I believe, is going to be getting Tank Dell back, recovering from that horrific injury.
Yeah.
But we got to see if he's still going to be Tank Dell from 2 years ago.
Right.
And that's going to be a thing. Now, this could be the Dalton Schultz revenge game. But the one thing that really is going to scare me about the Texans is that defense. They're an extremely well coached, well disciplined, and talent-rich unit.
Yeah. You done, B?
Now the league kind of did us a favor with this one, putting this game immediately after an international game where travel can be kind of compromised because of the situation over there. They gave us a game that is a 45-minute flight away. So I do think that Dallas gets a little bit more opportunity to prepare, because they don't have to worry about getting the team ready to travel as far as they would in some of these other games.
Right. This one right here is going to be a knockdown, drag out slugfest. I think this is the first time. See, I always equate my wins based on the quarterback I'm going against. So in the first 4 games, I've got the best quarterback 3 out of those 4 games. I think Lamar is still being an MVP caliber guy. He's one of the top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm going to go play Stroud. I'm CJ Stroud. I'm not afraid of CJ Stroud, but I am afraid of that defense. And it's hard for me to doubt rain against anybody, but that's going to be one of the 4 toughest defenses they play all year, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Without question. They're physical. They're well disciplined. Them jokers got those red helmets on. They coming to bring the heat. Will Anderson is a monster. They turned around. This was the thing that drove me crazy. They already had Will Anderson. That defense was already crazy. And then they turn around and get the kid from Ohio State, just like in like the 4th and 5th round. He's just sitting there. Nobody acts like he's any good at all. Watching that dude just whoop ass all the college football season, and he just falls in the 4th and 5th round. So I just like this team. I think this will be the biggest test, because I think we're gonna have to be patient. Stroud is gonna give us one. Man, I just don't. My biggest fear here is not about my offense, but not about my defense, but it's really my offensive line. Can they punch somebody in the mouth? Can they go out and finally punch somebody in the mouth and get the physicality that we were promised from our our head coach and our offensive coordinator? That's going to be a tough one. I'm shaky on that one, man. I might get that one to Houston, man. I might have to get that one to Houston.
Yeah.
Based on their offense, I actually feel a lot better playing Houston's offense than I do playing Baltimore's. But the Texans defense could easily be the toughest defense that we played this entire season.
Absolutely.
On all 3 levels.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
They won the top 4. They're in my top 4.
Yeah.
They're in my top 4.
When I look at this game, this is a game where I talked about it with the Ravens, but I think this week really tells us where our defense is, because that offensive line at Houston is garbage. And if our pass rushers are anything, they have to show it this week. This should be a confidence week for them.
Okay.
And then I'm really big on guys taking a second year leap. I'm sure if you listen to me talk, you always
Of
hear me
course.
kind of
Yep.
highlight guys who are rookies going into their second year. You talked about Tank Dell coming back, but they drafted two really good receivers in Houston last year, in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel.
Yeah.
Both from Iowa State, I believe, same school.
Yep, they were both same school, right? Yep.
And those guys, while they didn't do much last year, going into their second year, I think they have a chance to kind of show what they can do, especially if Tank Dell comes back and you don't put that responsibility of trying to be the number 2 guy like you had last year.
True.
So now you got 6'4", 4.4 speed Jaden Higgins going against whoever we put out
there.
Revel, Kalen Carson.
Kobe
I hope that one isn't Carson because
yeah.
I don't want it to be Bland, but okay.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah.
What? But a 6'4", 4'4" guy with a guy with 2 bad feet?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see?
You don't want to take Dale either in the slot though.
No, that's what. See what, dude, man, we'd be here. See what I'm saying? If this defensive line doesn't get off and make CJ look like who CJ was looking like in last year in the playoffs, yeah, we might have a problem, man.
Right.
We might have a problem. Right. So I understand what you're saying with this one, Bluffs. This is your get right week. You should go out there and harass CJ Stroud, make him run around, make him do stuff he doesn't want to do, and shorten this game out and get out of there with a dub because he gave it to you.
Yeah,
that's right.
We should, like I said, we should know if our pass rushers have talent because they're going against probably the weakest tackles on the schedule.
Yeah, okay.
But we should also know early whether our corners are legit because all these guys are young and fast and can fly. Because I didn't even talk about Nico Collins.
Right. You ain't talk about Nico. You did talk about John Amici?
Yeah.
Amici said, Amici's still there.
Mitchie's gone.
Okay, I thought Mitchie. Okay, I thought Mitchie was still there with him. Okay, you're right. You're right. Yeah, where did he go? Never.
He went to Philly last year, and then they released him, and he went somewhere else after that.
Okay, all right. So yeah, they got some weapons.
Yeah, so I'm leaning with Houston on this one.
Okay, all
here
right.
we go to week 5. We got Tampa Bay coming to the house. Baker Mayfield got the young rookie receiver from last year going into his second year.
Ooh, a Mecca. Yep.
Don't know if Goodwin's going to be there or not. That defense, I don't know what that defense is going to look like. I think this is going to be the first shootout game on the schedule. What do you guys think?
You gotta be. You want to start?
I believe that this can go a few ways. I think Bucky Irvin is really good.
Yeah,
and I've thought that ever since he was about to be drafted. Right, Bucky Irvin is really good, and he landed in a great situation in Tampa. So if he can be healthy, I'd be scared of Bucky, man.
Yeah,
I think he is the one where we get to see if this defense is going to stand up against a very versatile running back and not just let somebody beat us up on the ground, see if they can cover more on receiving routes as well. Chris Godwin, often hurt guy. So I think they just pretend that he doesn't exist anymore, which is cool. You kind of got to do that. We got to see Tez Johnson with Tampa really emerge once Emeka Egbuka got hurt, and then teams just started to fear him. Tez Johnson was a great beneficiary from that. And then Jalen McMillan has just been a guy who's been very dependable with them as well. I think you can get to Baker though. I think that his line will allow you to get to him. So I think that would be the opportunity as well for you to get a dub. Can you get to the quarterback? And we still kind of have some questions at edge rusher. But that'll have to be one of those early moments where they figure it out. And I think that by week 5, teams got those wrinkles ironed out. So we'll be able to understand who this Cowboys defense is at that time. Now for the Tampa defense, they got that very, very lethal Velociraptor on the other side. He put over those very short arms through the vein over there, man.
Hey man, listen, you said this is a family show. We ain't gonna be degrading folks. And like I always told you, the T-Rex always shows up at the end of the movie and kills everybody. So I have no doubt in my mind that that they'll have things ready to go
Mhm.
with Bain on that opposite side. And I think we get a lot of 12 personnel that week because we're going to try to keep that man touching somebody long enough for us to get the ball off. I like this matchup. I think it's a bounce back week for us after having going against a very, very physical
Yeah.
Houston team.
Yeah.
You get back home, you get settled in a little bit, and I think you turn around and Rain just proves who he is as being one of those top 7 quarterbacks. You know, when like I said, if I got the better quarterback, I feel we got a great advantage in that spot. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
you're going to be able to score points at will against them. I think you're going to be able to exploit some different areas with your wide receiver packages. But I also think you'll run a lot of 12 to try to slow down Bain and those other guys with Vita Vea in the middle. I think you
Yeah.
can handle Vita Vea. I'm not saying shut him down, but you can handle him with Booker, BB, and and
Yeah.
and you know and
Smith.
Tyler
Yeah.
inside. I think you're just going to have to be able, out the gate, you're going to have to give Steele help on the outside, and the Cowboys win
Absolutely.
that game. So I think
Absolutely.
Dallas wins that game easily.
Yeah. I think it's more points than people expect because
Hmm.
Yeah.
Baker's going to make some mistakes, but Baker's going to
Yep.
make some. I can't believe he made their throw type plays.
Yeah, that's
He
it. That's who he's
Baker
been.
started off early last year as like one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Oh
He
yeah.
was the MVP candidate up to like week 9.
Yeah.
He was the MVP candidate,
Was
and so
definitely in the conversation.
yeah, and I just think Emeka Buike is going to give everybody trouble. But I still think the Cowboys get out of that. So you had them. We only had I had them losing to the Texans. Y'all had them kind of shaky against the Ravens and the Texans. So we came out of that first 5, 3-2, four
Four
and
and one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's where I believe that it'll end up. I think that you steal one of those games against the Ravens, Texans, and Buccaneers. I think that you leave out of week 5 3-2.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm leaning more towards 4-1, but
Yeah.
that Ravens game, I got to
Mhm.
see what our run defense looks like, and I got to
Absolutely.
see if the Ravens actually stick to the run.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so schedule gets a lot tougher right here.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know a lot of people look at that card. Well, we'll get to the Cardinals game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's start off week 6. That big game against Green Bay. Definitely going to be the primetime game. Will Micah be back by this game?
Micah Parsons will be back. That will be
Yeah.
his season debut in Green Bay against the Cowboys. He is gearing to play that game more than any other game
I agree.
for a season. So, with that being, that kind of fell in the B's sweet spot. B likes to get these out of the way, kind of super cold weather, windy,
Yep.
winter type games out the way between week 4 and week 10. He
That's
got
right.
it week 6. It's perfect. So it's football weather, but it's not crazy, crazy, crazy cold. But I think because Michael's going to be so geared up to get there, he's still 5 weeks behind everybody else. Everybody else got their legs, right? So
Yep.
I think that'll be he'll be pumped up on adrenaline, but I don't think he's gonna have stamina later on in this game. Um, I'm looking for the Cowboys to go up there and just I'm looking for them to go win that one.
Okay.
That's gonna be a statement game for me. I think Jordan Love is closer to being to the bottom third of the league in quarterbacks. I'm not as high on him as everyone else is. I think we have a great opportunity to kind of just continue to start as we start getting to this point. I think Christian Parker gets a chance to start forming that amoeba. I'm trying to get his defense a nickname, but I
Yeah.
think it's going to be an amoeba type defense where you're going to have guys coming from so many different directions. You're not going to know where they're coming from, with Downs being that weapon piece and different things of that nature. So I think we get the Packers in that game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I think by week 6, we know what the defense is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's kind of settled into what the scheme is, whether
Right.
good or
That's right.
bad. They'll know what to do, and we'll know what they are.
That's
Right.
right.
I lean Dallas because of last year. We played them 40-40,
Right.
and our team has made much more improvements than their team has. That's what I'm
Gotcha.
going off of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our defense added some more pieces that a play here or there gave us the tie. I think we got some guys now who can make that play here instead of leaving it on the field.
Right.
I don't think it'll be 40-40, but
I
I
mean,
think we'll definitely pull that one off.
you had him beat, and you only needed to hold him for 41 seconds, and you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's insane. That's just gosh, that defense was bad last year. You got it, B. What you got?
I kind of leaned Dallas a little bit for the same reason that you did, Bluff. The Packers were able to we were able to tie a game with the Packers. And they're a team that has historically given us a lot of trouble. I think that we've made a lot of appropriate changes on our defense, including coaches, to where our defense just needs to give us one more stop per game. Last year, our defense just needed one stop per game, and that could have been the difference between being a 7-win team or an 11-win team.
Yeah.
Four games were decided by one late stop that we didn't get.
Yeah. A lot of them, yeah.
I do think that the Packers are a very well coached team. Josh Jacobs is still an amazing running back. They're kind of still figuring out their wide receiver situation. I think that the Packers are a team that has a whole bunch of good wide receiver twos and not really a one that can go out there and just command the respect of a defense.
And to add on what you just said about the receivers, by week 6 they could all be hurt.
Absolutely. They
Every one of them.
They definitely have some of those same struggles that we do, where the guys get hurt and then they just don't fully get right during the season. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
All right, so are we all leaning green? Are we all leaning Dallas on this one over Green?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think this is going to be a very close game, but I'm leaning Dallas.
Okay.
Yep.
Same here. Yeah, and Warbone, great point. Love could be hurt as well. They got a lot of injury concerns. Josh Jacobs missed quite a few games last year.
Yeah. And so you turn around, you win that one.
All right, so now we go to week 7, big rivalry game. We're looking at 4-2, 5-1 going into Philly.
Right.
I don't know where Philly will be at this point, but I'm pretty sure early division lead will be on the line. We all fully expect AJ Brown not to be there.
Yep.
But they've made some other additions in their receiver group. How do you guys think this game goes? Is it typical home team wins it, or you got more to add than that?
No, I don't think home team wins it. I think this is where we make the shift and we really start just showing our dominance in the division. I think you beat Philly. You go in their building that time of year. You go from AJ Brown. AJ Brown as much I guess drama you could say, or him showing his lack of faith in Jalen Hurts. He's still a really versatile weapon, big physical wide receiver that helps that team out. I think you're trying to get Saquon back to who he was in 2024. That there's been very few running backs that come off a 2,000-yard season and the number of carries and what they have to do that they come right back the next year and redo and just do that over. Give you that same kind of production. So I think Saquon will be coming back. He's still going to be versatile. He's going to be a versatile weapon. He's going to be a piece. But I think they got smaller on the outside. They went and got the young wide receiver.
Mekhi Lemon.
Mekhi Lemon. I like Mekhi Lemon. This is what I'm thinking. I think he's a good wide receiver. I just think he's small. And you also got another small wide receiver in Devontae Smith. Two smaller guys. And I think having
Hollywood Brown.
And Hollywood, another
Elijah
small
Moore.
wide receiver.
Elijah Moore,
They got a bunch of small guys. And I think we'll be able to overpower them because we're going to have bigger corners. I think Siobhan Rebel's going to be out there. I think Mr. Moore is going to make a case to get some snaps by the 7th week of the season. By week 7. So I think you kind of get that more bigger, physical type cornerbacks. I think we turn around and shut that quote unquote passing game down because if Jalen doesn't have wide open windows, he's not a tight window throwing type of quarterback. Okay. And so I think that limits them. I think we force them to throw the football. I think we win that game. And I think we're going to go away and really hammer Philly. I think we really hammer them.
I'm inclined to agree, Chris, especially on the receiver point. I think that if all of your receivers can get bullied off of the line, then that can cause a problem. Now, that's not to discount what they could do with Saquon Barkley and their conglomerate of running back twos, whether it's Tank Bigsby, Will Shipley, or Damian Pierce, anybody really. So they got a very, very good running game, and then they do the whole touch push thing as well. So I am not going to discount what they do, but I think that the receiver troubles and the coaching and pieces that they lost on defense are really going to be detrimental to them. They lost Reed Blankenship. They lost a lot of pieces on that defense that I believe were important.
They lost both safeties, I believe.
Yep.
Yes,
they did.
So now they're probably going to be looking like bringing in Makuba in a bigger role. Now, granted, I believe that he was good in college, but he still has to develop to be that guy. And then Marcus Epps, I think, is just a guy. I don't believe that he's like a true threat at safety.
How do you feel about those corners though? Because they just added Tariq Woolen. So that's a pretty formidable.
That is a great trio of corners with Quinn Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Tariq Woolen. We got to ask ourselves how important was coaching to that? Because
that's a good point.
Because the success of those young guys can definitely be attributed to coaching. Now, granted, Quinn Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, both amazing players, right? But if everybody is talking about how good Christian Parker is and how important he is to this Cowboys defense, doesn't that mean that he was probably important to that Eagles defense where he was the secondary coach as well? He was the coach that those guys spent the most time with. You spend the most time with your position coach. Your position coordinator, your side of the ball coordinator doesn't spend as much time with you as your position coach does. That's going to be the main person who you are a sponge from as a young player. So we're going to really be able to see if this is going to be the Christian Parker revenge game. I think that we have the better quarterback, obviously. I think that we have the better receiving room, especially with A.J. Brown being gone. We played them to an extremely close game last year.
Yeah.
The defense can get one more stop than they did last year. Absolutely. If your defense can get you one more stop, then we can win that game.
I don't put that one. I don't put that one on the defense as much because we had an opportunity. Okay, thank you for answering so quickly. So if you turn around in the first game you played them last year, right? Yep. You basically had them beat if you don't have Miles Sanders turn around and once fumble the football, right?
Yeah, true,
right,
true.
And right. So and you had that one, and I think CD had like 8 drops in that game.
He did.
He had 8 drops in that game. So as much as so we turned around and put a lot on the defense, and they proved to be terrible. But in that first time we played them, offensive, we had them whipped. So you got to go. Sure. You got to go execute. You got to go execute on offense and win and take those games. Sometimes when the team that's supposed to be so well coached or something just be so superior, and you got them in their building, and that was a great chance where we didn't have to deal with Jalen Carter that night, and we still turned around and we still should have won that football game. So I know we wanted the defense to get a stop, right? But offense, when you got the opportunity to put them away, go ahead and put them away.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I want to go Philly just because I believe rivalry game, home team normally takes it. But when I look at how close we played them, 1-1, should have won the second one.
Right.
With a bad defense.
Yes.
And then another thing that I really believe in is when you have a defensive coach that goes to another team.
Yes.
It's hard for the team that lost the defensive coach to scheme for him because they don't really know what he's going to do with his weapon.
Right. That's right.
He knows everything about all 11 guys that they have.
Everything over there.
Every weakness. He knows every route they like, what routes they don't like, what I need to take away, who they're going to look at when the going gets tough, where the blanket and shift coverage. He knows all of that against his offense.
Right.
So that little bit of an edge, I think, will give us that little bit over the top. Because they don't know, they can assume what he's going to do in Dallas.
Right.
But he knows what they're going to do.
They're going to do. Absolutely.
He literally saw it every day and was in the room with them when they installed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they're not smart enough to change anything around in the coaching room or at the quarterback, unfortunately.
Quite possibly, man. And then, like we said, that defense took some hits, man. They lost Nakobe Dean. Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, man, they took some hits.
Yeah.
They lost a lot. They lost a lot of talent. A lot of guys who were comfortable. And like you said, above all else, he lost the coach.
Yeah.
He lost one of the
Absolutely.
coaches. Yeah, one of the biggest parts to it.
Whew.
So I see. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm going this far in with wins though.
Yeah, I know, but tough schedule. But when you start really looking at it and break it down, we got a lot of advantages in some different areas. This next one right here, Bluff.
This one where it gets interesting.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and say it.
Go ahead.
I don't know why or how, but we can't beat the Cardinals. I don't know what it is.
We can't.
We just cannot beat the Cardinals.
Bruh, listen, this football team is so much closer than everybody gives them credit for. They fourth pick in the draft, but this football team right here is absolutely loaded. And if we don't believe in anything else, you don't have to have a force multiplier at quarterback when you've got some of the pieces they've got. They're gonna have second-year Marvin Harris Jr. They're gonna turn around. They went and got
Michael Wilson stepped up last year too. Don't forget him.
Michael Wilson played well. They turned around. Yeah, and you turn around, you got probably the best tight end in football and Trey McBride, right? And then you turned around and got all the guy that everybody needs, because all you really need is Love. Jeremiah Love is going to be able to play. And this offensive line isn't as shoddy or terrible as we think they are. This Arizona football team is really good. And they're going to shock some people, man. That's going to be a tough game in Dallas. And like y'all said, we have the last 2 times we played them. I want to say last 3 times. I don't think we beat Arizona.
It's 3, yeah.
It's the last 3 times we haven't beat.
Like 8 years, I think.
Yeah, we have not beat the Arizona Cardinals. So I think with the added addition of talent on offense and the team
both times was against their backup quarterback, Chris.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. Well, guess what? Jacoby's gonna be the starter. And I don't see how we win this one. I think we lose to the Arizona Cardinals again.
I agree with you.
Yep. Same. I agree. I think that some teams just know how to beat you. Like how we struggled against the Broncos, struggled against the Packers. Same thing applies to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a team that just know how to play Dallas. And I don't believe that they're as close as Chris says. I think that they're a team that is just looking to have another bad year so that they can really dip at quarterback next year.
Yeah.
But dude, I don't know how to play us, man. Bro, they do got players. They got players, bro. Zay Collins is okay. So you're gonna get second year. You're gonna get Walter Nolan second year.
Yeah.
You're gonna deal with Xavier Collins. I love what Sweat brings to him, because he's gonna bring consistency off the edge.
Josh Sweat apparently don't want to be there.
Okay, and yet he don't want to be there. But unless they find a trade partner for him, he gonna be there, and he's gonna get an opportunity to go against Brother Steele. So he's gonna have an opportunity to showcase, and they want to be able to get him out of there. So he's gonna have to go and play well. But he's always played well against Dallas. He played well against Dallas when he was in Philly. I don't think that's going to change because he's there. And then you turn around with Will Johnson. I think Will Johnson's probably going to turn out to be one of the better corners. I think he's going to push for that top 5 corner in the league. So I think they got some talent, man.
I think they have a top 5 secondary, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really like Garrett Wilson. I really like Will Johnson. Buda Baker's still there.
Yes, sir.
I think they signed.
They got Denzel Burke. Yep. Man, I'm telling you, man, that Arizona team, you keep thinking everybody wants to go into this. And you're good. But the thing about it with this draft class of quarterbacks next year, you don't have to be that far to go find you a guy.
Sure.
I mean, we'll talk about that later. I think we got 5. I'm off the top of my head, I got 5 first-round quarterbacks next year.
I'm right, at least 5, yeah.
I'm at least 5 right now.
I haven't even started yet. You look, Chris. I take a break from draft stuff after it's done.
I mean, dude, they just the guys who just didn't come out. The guys who didn't come out, and then there's always going to be a surprise. But you'll still be able to go get a guy. But I think this team is going to be so good, man. They probably be picking maybe the 3rd, or maybe the 4th best quarterback, because I think they got a chance to make a lot of noise. Yeah,
I really don't see us winning this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And I got the better quarterback. These jokers just got so much talent. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to beat them.
Yeah. All right, so go to week 9 at Indy. Don't know who their quarterback's going to be. We'll assume it's Daniel Jones if healthy.
Okay.
This is a team that looked really good at one point, looked really bad the next. We are
Right.
going there. What do you guys think about this game?
You got to be.
I don't know what team we're going to see.
I 100% agree right there. That can really vary based on Daniel Jones, whether he's playing or not. Indianapolis was a team that had Super Bowl aspirations last year. That's why they made that Sauce Gardner trade. So if Daniel Jones is there and if Jonathan Taylor continues to be an extremely reliable running back, then this could be one of the tougher games of the season. But if they have to rely on whether it is Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard or who else, it could be real shaky for them. I think that they have an extremely good defense, very good offense, very consistent offense. I think that, with Alec Pierce being a very good player, Josh Downs, I'm super high on him. Loved him since college.
We got the sibling rivalry too. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
there it is. Yeah.
So this could really be like a different side of a coin. Like it could be one way where if they have their guys back from injury, and this is midway through the season, this could be a fist fight, a boat race. Or if they don't have their quarterback back completely healthy, then this could be a game where we saw from them like towards the end of the season after Daniel Jones got hurt, they fell apart.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good one. I think after you come off the game with Arizona, you're gonna want to try and make a statement here. The thing about it, Indy is so good defensively, man. With Arden Key, DeForest Buckner, they'll have CJ Allen roaming in the middle. They got Sauce. This is gonna be a good football game, man.
If the refs don't let Sauce hold, he has proven that he isn't as effective.
Okay, all right. That's true, but Trent Williams wouldn't be all pro and all world if he didn't get the false start all the time.
The difference is the ref called it on Sauce. The difference is the ref actually called the holding on Sauce.
All right. Well, I think he's gonna be in a really tough situation guarding whoever he deals with. If he's dealing with CD with his route running, and then George likes you to be physical with him. He wants to be physical with you. So
absolutely. But now the guy who I think is often slept on, if he plays, because he had his own issues. Shavarius Ward is a coach.
Yeah.
He could seriously consider retirement after his daughter passed away, and I pray for him, recovering from that. But if he is in the right mental space, then he's an extremely good cornerback.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Charles is he was a Cowboy. We gave him, I think we let him walk for I don't know what. I think wasn't a guard or somebody.
We traded him for a guard that did not make the team.
Never made the team.
Was it Ellinger or Elliott, something like that?
Somebody, but I think he's always held that over our head, and he's always made a point to play great against the Cowboys.
Yep.
So this is gonna be a tough one. I just know Daniel Jones will give it to me. He's gonna give me what I want. He's gonna give me the turnover I need to win this football game.
Warbone said that Dak has a 7-2 record against him.
Yep.
Yeah. And so he's always been able to get the upper hand on Daniel. I think we turn around after taking an L from Arizona. We get back on the winning track and go into Indy and win the tough road game and win that one.
I'm torn on this one. I'm leaning L only because of what's next week, and I feel like they may look ahead a little bit on this one.
Wow. Okay.
I think they may look ahead a little bit. Like,
we
lost to the Cardinals. We don't want to lose 2 back-to-back home games. We go to Indy, and we don't go away. Okay. I think we let one slip away. I think we have a bit of a losing streak right here when it comes to Arizona.
Wow. Okay. All right.
But then we get San Fran at home.
Yeah, buddy.
This is probably what we got circled more than Philly. Actually, they do too. Because this is another one of those teams that has basically owned us for the past few years.
That's right.
Will Christian McCaffrey be healthy at this point? What do their wide receivers look like? Will Brock Purdy be healthy? Will Trent Williams be healthy? I don't know will Fred Warner be healthy? I think you guys kind of see a pattern where I'm going here.
Yeah. So are we hoping? We kind of waffling about if we can beat them or not if all those other guys are healthy? Because if those guys are healthy that you're naming, you're going to lean heavier towards San Fran. But if those guys coming in banged up and you're coming off maybe a loser streak, I think you're going to want to make a statement by beating San Francisco in your building.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna take one of B's terms. Some teams know how to whip you, and this football team right here knows how to whip the Dallas Cowboys. They know how to give Rain all kinds of trouble. They give him all kinds of different looks. You're gonna need this one because the way I'm looking at you, beat Philly. You're gonna lose Arizona. You may lose to Indy. You need this one, but that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one. That you get some goats and demons out your house if you can beat San Fran in your building on week 10.
This is definitely one of the better opportunities to play them because we've had to play them in their crib for the last few times. San Francisco took a huge personnel hit from last year to this year. I think that their receiver room is definitely worse. Now, granted, Brandon Ayuk didn't do them folks no favors last year, so they're used to being without him.
Yeah.
But your receivers right now would be an extremely old Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall, who has been hurt guy for his first 2 years in the league, and either Dejon Stribling, your first round rookie, or Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk, I feel like is still a serviceable number 2 type of guy. Their receiver room just isn't as good. But
has Juwan Taylor signed anywhere yet? I'm sorry.
I believe he did. Give me a second.
Okay.
You mean Juwan Jennings?
Juwan Jennings, yeah.
Let's see. He signed with the Vikings.
Okay.
1 year, $13 million. Now they still got the guy who was their leading rusher and leading receiver, who had a healthy year, Christian McCaffrey. He gave you, I think, 13 on the ground and another 900 1,000 in the air. So if he's healthy, which he's had a year of health, he kind of flip flops. Like he has a year of health and a year of
because and the reason I say because when me and B were talking about, I could have sworn Christian had been hurt, but he played a full 17 last year.
Yeah.
So now he might be, he might be this year, and God forbid, body may fail him again. But I think what they're trying to do
historically, that's what happened with him. He would have a year of health and then a year of hurt. So if trends are to be believed, then he might miss some time this year. And I don't wish injury on nobody, but one thing that we haven't talked about, this is the Osa Odigizua revenge game. He was traded to San Francisco for that 4th round pick, and he's already said this week, he got that game circled on his calendar.
Hey man, shout out to Osa.
More power to him.
Wish him nothing but the best.
Wish him nothing but the best. We thank him for his contribution. We definitely thank him for the ability to get the draft pick, because I think that was the Barham pick that we used to get Barham. So, hey, listen, man, that's gonna be a tough game. If they're healthy, they're gonna give us everything they've got. Defensively, dude, I'm starting to look at some of these guys defensively. They're getting kind of long and old in the tooth, man.
Absolutely.
They are getting old. And so I think whereas we would be fearful of Fred as well as Nick Bosa and things, and people like that, I think you have an advantage to, kind of have your way with this defense. Even though they're gonna be well coached.
Chris, if you talking about that light-skinned man with the dreads, man.
Hey man,
you talking about that light-skinned man with the locks, Chris?
Hey man, hey listen, ain't that brother coming off an Achilles tear? Ain't that what he told his Achilles? Hey man, listen, come on, man. Hey, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Fred is a very, very well respected player by Cowboys Nation. I just think they're getting a little bit older in the tooth, man. They need some new blood in that defense. Yeah, they need some new blood in that defense, and I really don't see.
They still do have it. Michael Williams is going into year 2. So he gives you some help up front. Drake Greenlaw is still a threat.
Yeah.
You got Diamador Lenore in the secondary, who I feel like has been a very good cornerback for them. So I do think that they still got pieces. I'm
Yeah.
not willing to count them out just yet.
Okay.
Ex Cowboy Luke Gifford, is there.
Now we're reaching, Brandon. Now we're reaching.
Hey, man, there's a point of being respectful, but now you being facetious. You being
Hey, man,
facetious with that, bro.
the Luke Gifford revenge game. Here it comes.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. I do think we lose this game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we lose this one. It's
Okay.
gonna hurt me really bad. I think we lose this one. Um, and now we're starting to kind of question what we're 10 weeks in.
Yep.
We've had a slight losing streak after
Yep.
starting off hot, and now we start walking into the gauntlet, the 3 games in 13.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I think we have this game circled just as much as Osa has it circled. I think we pulled this one
100%.
off.
Okay.
Now, B, you mentioned Diamador Lenore.
Yeah.
He doesn't scare me. I think he's 5'9". He's playing outside.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna eat. I think Pickens is gonna eat his lunch.
Mm,
I don't know anybody else in the secondary. I'll be honest. I can
Okay.
pull it up.
You got
I'm about to pull it up
Stout.
now,
You
actually.
got Stout.
Okay. I don't know any of
another
these guys.
Yeah, Mike. I think it's Michael Stout out there. Yeah.
One of the more important guys that they
Upton
lost, in my
Stout,
opinion,
yeah.
was Shavarius Ward. I think that Shavarius Ward wanted to leave that city just because of the bad memories that, like I mentioned, the stuff that he was dealing with.
Mhm.
They tried to pay him, but he I think that losing him was a much bigger impact than what anybody will give it credit for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we eat the secondary's lunch.
Mhm.
I think at least 2 key offensive players are hurt by this point.
Okay.
And you can Purdy, McCaffrey, Evans, Kittle, Trent Williams, Christian Kirk. 2 of these guys are going to be missing that game, just based off
Okay.
history. So
Okay.
I think because of that, we'll have a chance to pull that one out.
Okay. All right. So if we're looking at about week 10, I had Green Bay, I had Philly, and then I got so we were 7. I'm still 7-3.
I'm 7-3 too.
Yeah, I'm 7-3.
I could see us being a 500 football team at this point.
Okay.
I think that we take one of the games against Green Bay and Philly, and then I believe that we beat the Colts. I think in this 5-game stretch we go 3-2.
Okay.
Excuse me, 2-3. Excuse me.
2-3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still got the Cardinals and the Niners beating us.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I can't disagree with that.
All right.
So now we hit that third stretch, getting close to that bye week. So that Niners game, get a little bit of home cooking. Got the Tennessee Titans coming into town. Most sack quarterback in the NFL.
Man,
I can't even think of any receiver on that team off the top of my head other than the guy
yes,
they drafted.
you can. Yeah. Oh, outside the guy we drafted.
Other than him, I can't think of another receiver.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Westbrook Akine is somewhere else now. So I can't even think of their receivers.
Wow.
Who's their running back? Is it still
Tony
Pollard?
Yep.
Pollard.
Okay.
Yep.
Tony Pollard with Tajay Spears behind him.
Both of them will probably be out by that game.
It's possible.
And I mean, they got a hell of a front four.
Yep.
But is that enough to win against this team? I don't think so.
Nah. Yeah.
I think this is a nice little quick, let's get out of here, quick tune-up game.
Yeah.
To get to Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead, B.
I do think that Carnell Tate is a great prospect. We will get to see how he does in his rookie year. But yeah, they are very talent deficient on offense. And then Cam Ward being one of the guys who was sacked the most in the league last year. We have an opportunity to like you said, use this as a tune-up game, get to him, give our guys some confidence and things like that. I think that the Titans are still not there yet. And they don't want to get their quarterback killed in these games, man. Yeah. They definitely need more help on that line.
Yeah. They when they took Carnell Tate, I couldn't understand it because I didn't think I know you want to get a piece for your quarterback,
Yeah,
but I think if you
you want to keep
protect
your
them,
quarterback alive, man.
yeah, I want to keep them alive, and I don't think they did him any favors. Getting the wide receivers just didn't make sense to me. Building inside out
Yeah,
should have been the move. This is
your
going to be
offensive line is
this
45% of your offense.
Yeah.
the biggest unit on your offense. Yeah, I think this is going to be we're going to drub these guys, get in, get out. Might even get to see a little bit of um. I mean, yeah, I think I'll get some Sam Howell. I'll get some Sam Howell action
Mm,
in
Hmm.
this game. I
I
think I
agree.
like that.
definitely get to see that. So yeah,
No Joe
I see
Milton.
us. Yeah. Hey man, man, if you want to see a pretty ball thrown there, man,
Hey
can you
man,
watch the
if you want to see somebody throw a ball 92 yards
right
and
with the
put
flick
Joe
of a
Milton in.
wrist? Man, put
Yeah,
Joe
put
Wilton
Joe
in.
Milton in.
Yeah. But if we put Joe in, we are just out there just trying to see if we breaking records. But I think we get past Tennessee. I definitely think we get past Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much a given.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so big Thanksgiving game.
There you
Philly
go.
comes back to town.
Yep.
According to all three of us, we take care of them at their house. So
Yep.
they come in here with a nasty taste in their mouth, trying to ruin Thanksgiving. What do you guys see this one?
Hey man, I'm eating a bunch of turkey and I'm enjoying myself and I watch us sweep the Eagles. I think we sweep the Eagles this year. We're gonna start catching our groove. I think this physical nature of this football team will start coming out during this stretch. You
Mm-hmm.
had a really nice easy week the week before, got the win. Now you come back in our building and we just kind of start leaning on people because I think that's what you're gonna have to do to kind of um protect his football team. I think that's something that Shadi didn't do a really good job of last year. He put up a lot of yards, he put up a lot of points, but I don't think he protected his football team. And I think because you're in this stretch, especially this stretch here, this 3 games and 13,
Uh-huh.
I think you start
Yeah.
getting downhill, run the football, and I think you beat Philly
Okay.
in your building.
Regardless of how the first game goes, if y'all remember, I said that we're going to take one of the games against the Packers and Philly. Regardless of the outcome of that first game, I believe that we beat them. I don't think
Okay.
that many teams in this league aren't used to playing multiple games in a short period of time. 4 days before the Thanksgiving game, the Eagles played the Steelers, and
Mhm.
so that's going to be a
Mm,
stock that they're not really used to. The Steelers, very very stout defensive team.
mm,
That's their mantra is defense. So I
yeah.
think that they're going to give that Eagles offense a good tenderizer. And
Yeah.
so when they step into this game 4 days later,
Right.
I think that Dallas is going to have the advantage just because we're used to doing that.
Right.
So the coach and the veteran players, they're going to have that edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
To add on what you guys said, this is the time of the season where the Eagles have tailed off for the past 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Start off
Yes,
hot,
sir.
lose
Yep.
4 of the last 6,
Yep.
5 of the last 8.
Yeah.
I mean, no AJ Brown,
Mhm.
Sirianni's on the hot seat, week
Yes, sir.
12.
Yes, sir.
It could be going off the rails at this point. You never know.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
so
mean,
I'm definitely leaning towards a dub on this one.
gotcha. Okay. So we got 2 back to back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So gets interesting. Visiting the defending Super Bowl champs at Seattle. Got to deal with that
Mm-hmm.
12th man. Get a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a mini break in there, mini bye week.
That's huge.
Mhm.
That's huge. That's
So
huge.
yeah, that
That's
definitely
huge.
makes a difference going across country. What do you guys have this one at?
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey man, listen. Playing Seattle, there is no good time to go play Seattle at any given time. We
Sure.
don't, if you play them early in the year, you aren't physically ready for it. You're playing here. This is going to be your third game in 13 days. The beautiful part about it is you did get it with a little bit extra time. So I just think this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough football game. Not enamored by the offense, but their defense is so physical, so tough. It's the DeMarcus Lawrence revenge game.
Yeah.
It's the DeMarcus Lawrence revenge game, and he gets to work against a guy he whipped on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Um,
Either one.
Either one. So, man, you want to make a statement. I just don't think you got enough pieces to make the statement you want to make.
Yeah.
That defense is going to be formidable. But here's the flip side to it. By week 13, this defense would have kind of rounded out to who we think they're going to be. So
Either way, though. Either way.
yeah, either way, I just think you take the L against Seattle in their building. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one.
Let me jump in on this one. I'll say
Please.
the good for us.
Right.
I don't think the Seahawks are as good as people want to make them out to be.
Okay.
I mean, they had a good year last year. And,
they're the
and obviously they
champions.
won a Super Bowl.
Right.
But this team is definitely beatable. They still got Sam Darnold at quarterback. I
Right.
don't have faith in him in big games. They won the Super Bowl despite him. And I got to see how this running back position plays out because Charbonnet is not a bell cow back.
Right.
They drafted Jadarian Price. He's
Right.
not a bell cow back.
He has never been.
Never been. So do they have a guy who can they lean on the run game this year like they did last year? Now, Jackson Smith and Jigba, great year. He got paid.
Right.
Let's see what he can do now. He's got that money in his pocket.
Yep.
None of the other receivers scare me.
Cooper Cup, Norris,
Shaheed.
I like Rashid Shaheed. I like Rashid Shaheed actually.
As a wide receiver or just a punt returner?
Receiver.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So
defense, their defense is good. I won't take anything away from their defense.
Right.
I don't think it'll be as
tough,
as much of a gimme game as most people think it will. I think we'll lose, but I think it'll be a lot more competitive, and we will have a chance.
Okay.
The thing that is going to be, I think, the most impactful is this is going to be a Cowboys team that has played 13 weeks without a bye week. So yes, that mini bye will be enough for them to stretch their legs a little bit, but these guys are going to be, beaten up, and nobody's healthy at this point. But the Seahawks have going to have a bye week in week 11, so they're going to be a little bit more rested and
a little bit fresher.
And in their week 12 game, they get a full week. Between weeks 12 and 13. So the Seahawks are going to be a little bit fresher than what the Cowboys are. I think that the biggest opportunity here is to make the Seahawks one-dimensional. Like you said, there are some question marks surrounding their run game. If you could take that away, because neither one of their guys are used to being just a puncher who can just give you the business for 19, 20, 25 carries in a game.
Right.
If you could take that away, then you got a chance. But yeah, I think that this Cowboys team is the tires are going to be showing some tread at this point. They're really going to need that bye week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as far as the Seahawks offense, I think that Sam Darnold did, especially during that playoff run, exactly what they needed him to do, which is be very safe with the ball. JSN doesn't even have to be talked about, but I think that Rashid Shaheed and maybe even a guy like Torrey Horton out of Colorado is somebody who could be impactful on that offense. I think year two of a guy they really liked Elijah Arroyo coming out. So I think that if you get him in his second year, yes.
Okay.
Extremely good catching tight end out of Miami.
Okay.
I remember him.
So if he comes out and in year two he is able to develop and break past AJ Barner or if they run 12s, just be a big
who can run with him,
then they can have weapons on that offense. Now that defense, man, they get it's problems.
They're relentless. They're relentless. They just keep coming all night. Pause.
This is going to be insane. Whoa. Hey, yo. Goodness gracious.
That was that. Yeah, wow, man. But they're a really good defense, man. And
they are.
They come in waves, man. So it's wow.
And playing them at home in a big primetime game late in the year, that was So if you're
That's what I'm
decline.
saying. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it's just too many factors coming into that one that
Yeah,
we don't get out of there with a dub.
Yeah. Nah,
absolutely,
I think it'll be
absolutely.
somewhat competitive, but I just don't see a way we get that one.
Right.
That's right. Now they could have that Super Bowl hangover, but I tend to look at the talent on their team, especially on that defensive side,
Yeah.
rather than hoping that things can kind of fall off. But I think you go into that bye week in this stretch of the season with
Hmm.
two out of those 3 games with a W.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. I think I had us winning three of those and losing to Seattle. Well, losing only to Seattle, so we won the other two.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Okay.
Go back and look
I'm
again.
still on track. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
we
much
won those two.
2 out
Yeah,
of
won
3.
those
Yeah.
two. Hmm. All
All
right.
right. So
Final stretch.
hit that bye week. Like B said,
yeah.
stretch our legs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Those rookies haven't been used to playing a long season like that. So this bye week kind of comes at the right time for them.
Perfect time. Perfect
Absolutely.
time.
For those
They're
young
no
guys.
longer
Yeah,
they're no longer rookies by that time.
absolutely. So started off typically first week after a bye, you expect to come out and play well, but you got the Rams coming into town. Well, you're going to the
Yeah.
Rams.
Going to the
Right.
Rams.
High
Yeah.
powered offense,
Tough
top
defense.
3 defense.
Yes, sir. Super Bowl contender.
Absolutely.
Man. Sunday night game.
Well, I'll go ahead and
Oh
get out
no,
of here
4 o'clock
quick.
game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get out here quick. I think this is an L. That team, I think they got a lot to prove after last year, and I think they're going to come out and be hot this year. I think they may be 12-2 at this point. I really like the
Yeah.
Rams this year.
Yeah, they went and dealt with all the deficiency which was in their secondary,
Secondary, yeah.
and I think they're gonna be pissed because we jumped them to go get the last piece they wanted, which was Caleb Downs. Yeah, you coming out of bye, you want to be able to be fresh and play. But I think you lose this game in LA.
Yeah.
I think we win this game.
Okay.
I think that the Cowboys travel extremely well to Los Angeles, whether we're playing the Chargers or the Rams. So that's like our home away from home. And then during the Stafford era, we played them pretty well. The last 2 times that we played them, we beat them. We hung 43 on them in 2023.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that we played them well. Excuse me, and I believe that with us coming off a bye, being just a little bit more well rested, I think that you come out here and take a W. They didn't use that first round pick wisely, in my opinion. So getting that
At all.
premier rookie
At
talent,
all.
they missed out on the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And took the opportunity to draft Ty Simpson. So with that in mind, I think that they aren't as severely upgraded compared to where they were last year. Kyron Williams has kind of been hurt guy in the past and things like that. And behind him, they haven't found an answer. Blake Corum wasn't the answer when Kyron got hurt in the past. So if Kyron Williams is hurt, the run game takes a dramatic drop in effectiveness.
Okay.
Now, as far as their 1-2 punch at receiver, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, both very, very good players. I just think that Devontae he's getting a little older. He's getting a little older now.
He's no more mature.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know how old is he, but I know he was drafted in like 2013 or something like that. 2013, 2014, around that area. But like you said, a little long in the tooth, couple gray hairs in that beard. And then Puka, dealing with his troubles. He got some mental things going on. He can't get right. But besides that, I think that the Rams are still searching for their tight end, Kobe Parkinson, up and down.
Higbee can't stay healthy.
Absolutely.
No.
I believe that they got a great line though. Like Steve Avila is one of my favorite guards that I've ever watched. So their interior offensive line has been very good, which aligns with the good on our defense. That defensive tackle room. So that'll be good on good interior offensive line versus good interior defense. Now I believe that the Rams have a very good defense. it'll probably be like one of the top 3 or 4. It's not going to be one. I think is the Texans.
That's gonna be I think that's gonna be the 4th best defense you play.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one of the 4 best defenses you play.
Absolutely.
So,
Byron Young, excellent young player. Same thing with
Yep.
Poona Ford and Braden Fisk.
Braden Fisk, yeah.
Jared Fisk, yep.
Yeah.
I mean Braden Fisk, and then you got Jared Verse.
Jared Verse.
Yeah, Jared Verse, right. My bad.
Absolutely, dog.
Yeah.
So I think that you and the one guy that they did make the big offseason move for was Trent McDuffie. So I think that they got long. They got the long what is it? Defensive back room. I think that they can cover a lot of space very, very quickly. Very, very big guys.
They wouldn't got those guys because they felt like that there was their deficiency last year. That's why they let Kobe Durant walk. They went and got bigger in the secondary. Like I said earlier, Caleb would have put them to the point that they probably would have been the favorite to win the whole thing. I mean, that's the only team to put 30 points on Seattle twice. And they would have beat them if they didn't have the miscue in the special teams when they were up there playing them in the NFC Championship. So it's gonna be with those big corners, with that bigger secondary and guys who can cover. I think they're gonna be able to give everybody a run for their money. So you're saying we're gonna win because we travel so well, or
we travel so well, and during the Stafford era, we've been able to beat them. The last 2 times that we played them have been during the Stafford era. We beat them both, 2023 and 2022.
Yeah, we had a couple people in the comments. Warbone says Dak is 2-0 versus Stafford.
Absolutely.
Who else said that?
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of people said that in the comments.
Yeah. I don't think that they are a team who historically just has our number. I think that we play them very well. And I think we beat them. I think we could beat them.
Okay.
For sure.
I think they're on a mission this year. They drafted the quarterback. I think behind the scenes they know Matt Stafford has maybe 2 years.
This is it. I think this is it. I think this is it.
I think this is the year.
Yeah.
I think they put
back and everything.
Yeah, I think they push all the chips to the table and they try to make a run this year. I really think they're going to be really good this year.
Absolutely.
Is this what we start flexing? Because this might be a flex candidate.
Talking about the Jacksonville game?
No, the Rams game.
It's possible.
I would have to look at week 15.
Yeah.
But if Dallas does what I think that we think they're gonna do, and the Rams do what I think they're gonna do,
Sunday night
be a definitely a flex candidate.
Yeah, you think it's a Sunday night game?
Yeah, I think it could be by that point.
Okay.
All right. So we go to week 16. Got Jacksonville Jaguars coming to town. This is another one of those teams that's up and down. One week they look really good. One week you wonder, how did they even win 6, 7, 8, 9 games?
Gotcha. I mean, this is a 13-3 football team coming back in. I think they're gonna have a lot of question marks on who they are. They are. Did they get lucky? Did they benefit from a terrible schedule? What? But I've always been a Trevor Lawrence fan. Extremely high on Bashaw Tugnick this year. He'll be the lead back this year. And I just think they got the pieces around them to make things happen. Lost Devin Lloyd on the defensive side of the ball. So we're just kind of see the different defensive guys. Are they going to be able to take the next step and be able to produce that again? But I think after playing a tough road game against the Rams, I'm saying they're taking a loss. Some of you guys are saying they're taking a win. I think you come back home and you handle business against the Jaguars.
I'm torn on this one. I really like their receivers. Brian Thomas Jr. had a down year last year.
Yes, he did.
Was that sophomore slump? Was that them figuring him out? I don't know what that was. They brought in Jacoby Myers, a receiver who doesn't get a lot of respect, but he just makes plays.
Right.
And then Parker Washington just emerged out of nowhere.
Man, Parker Washington took advantage of all the double teams
after that trade.
Brian Thomas,
after that trade,
he just took advantage of what he could do. So they got some pieces with there.
I agree with you with Tootin. Getting that chance to be the number one guy. Still got LaQuint Allen. Both of those guys are basically the same guy. Super explosive, great out of the backfield. Their offensive line is solid. Defense has a lot of young talent. it
Mhm.
it kind of gelled together last year. Are they gonna take another step as a unit? They
Hmm.
got the bookends with Walker and Hines.
Right.
Travis Hunter, they say he's gonna play defense full time. So are we gonna
Okay.
start to unlock
Who he is.
defensive MVP
Yep. Yep.
type guy this year?
Hmm.
Jordan Lewis is still there, kind of being the vocal leader of their secondary.
True.
I like this team.
Yeah. Yeah. They got some guys, man. They got
I don't trust them though.
Mhm.
okay,
Like
so
you
what
said,
don't you trust? What don't you trust? You don't trust Trevor? Who don't you trust?
I mean, I watched them play, and I'm a
Right.
Trevor fan. I'm a Clemson fan, so I've been
Okay,
watching him
gotcha.
since forever. But
Yeah.
I've seen them lose to teams that they should run off the field. But
Right.
I've
Yeah.
seen them
Absolutely.
go 13-4 too. I just don't know what type of team I'm getting. I'm assuming they step up because it's Dallas, and I give them the win right here.
Okay.
I
What
mean,
you got, big?
they went out on a high note last year. Excuse me, and won their last 6 games, right?
Yeah.
So they're not a team that I would go out and say was a fluke. I think that Liam Cohen, that coach, did extremely well in year one, and going into year two, he has a lot to compound off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that defense is talent rich. Um, headed up by Trayvon Walker, but they also lost, a few guys like we said, Travis Etienne,
They lost Lloyd.
very, 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 very important piece on that offense. Devin Lloyd, one of the better linebackers that went out in this past off season. And then Greg Newsome, I think that he was wildly underrated on that defense.
Mhm.
Um, Now, can Bayshaw Tootin, LaQuint Allen, and guys to be named later, can they be a competent running back room? Brian Thomas Jr. has been a name that has been talked about getting traded since the end of the season. Is he happy there? Is he even still going to be there by the time we get to this point? Is he going to be like a prior to the season start guy or a trade deadline guy? It really remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Besides that, I wouldn't depend on Jacoby Myers to be my number one, and then
Yeah. No. Well,
Parker Washington has been solid though. I got nothing but
yeah.
good
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say
Okay.
about him. But my biggest thing is I think that their wins came from the totality of the team. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
on Trevor Lawrence. I don't believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the key to winning this game. I think you can get him off balance. I think that you can get him to give a few away.
Mm.
I'm not the hugest Sunshine fan.
Hey, I mean, well, it's 2-on-1 because I love Trevor Lawrence. He's been sunshine for a long, long time for me. So I think he's gonna. I think this is gonna be it's gonna be a tough game, man. I think they're just trying to round out. And like you said, you don't know how they're gonna win, but they've been able to pull out some wins.
Yeah,
Um,
the team was very well coached. They were a very
yeah,
good, well oiled machine.
Yeah.
they did a lot of everything. So, um, so we got against the Red. So, okay, did I say that we were gonna win this one? Yeah, I did say we were gonna win
I
this
think we
one.
win this game. I
Yeah,
think we
yeah,
win this
we
game.
win this game. Okay,
Yeah. I
all
got I
right.
got the L on this one. Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. All right.
All right. So the last
Last
two
two
games,
division games.
division games. At this point, you would assume the Giants are 100%.
Yep.
We
I think
probably
this.
blew them out the water week one,
Yep.
so they
You
want
get
to get a little bit of payback.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, go
Go
ahead,
with
Chris.
it,
Go
big.
ahead. You got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. No problem. Listen, I think this you're gonna get a preview of what they can be. I think this is gonna be you're gonna get a fully ready to go Abdul Carter. You're gonna be able to find out what um Arvell Reese is going to be able to do in this situation. I think this is going to be the best version because that defense is going to be ready to go and ready to play. You're going to get neighbors back. You're going to have the full complement of offense. Little dude, I'm glad he'd be there so we can just hit him and crack him up. But I have no respect for that dude whatsoever. And maybe he'll prove me wrong. I'm proving he's not. But it's still the Giants. It's in your building. I think this game is going to mean a lot for you to be able to win the division and put the division away. Um, I see the Cowboys getting the dub here.
Okay.
I agree. Dak Prescott has always played well against the Giants. No matter who the coach is, no matter who the quarterback is. I think that we continue that saga here, and we take the W. For a lot of the same reasons earlier. They are a very young offense. I think that Jackson Dart, who had only like half a season last year, this is the year where he kind of starts to come into his own, but he's still going to show a lot of those young tendencies, in my opinion. I remember when he talked about like his snap count and stuff like that, and his decision making when John Gruden interviewed him. He still has to learn to do things in a better pro way. Otherwise, I think that he'll just continue to give the ball away. Chris's guy, Cam Scatterboo, I don't think that he's going to be enough to really be a dominant run game. But their receivers by this time is probably their receivers plus Isaiah Likely are probably going to be a very good unit by this time.
Yeah, that's gonna be the guy. Isaiah Likely is gonna be the guy there. And the thing about with the coach that they have, Harbaugh wants to be a physical defense. He's a defensive minded coach, so he's gonna have to find a compliment to go with little dude. But I don't think they'll be able to find it this year because he just wants to play defense. Yeah, he wants to play. He wants to play defense and he wants to run the football. He just doesn't have his guy yet.
Yeah. This one, this is surprisingly a hard one for me.
Explain.
I'm putting my draft hat on.
Okay.
They have a lot of guys that I really liked in the draft.
Okay.
I think their offensive line may end up being 5 to 10 this year.
Interesting.
I like drafting Malgoa, moving him or Illuminor to guard.
Yep.
And the other one at tackle. I think that solidifies their offense because Andrew Thomas is still good.
Right.
I'm a huge John Runyon fan.
Okay.
And I like John Michael Smith at guard.
Yeah.
Their only weakness was what's the guy's name who can't get a
Daniel Failele.
No, him and the other guy they drafted first round.
Oh gosh, what was his name?
Exactly.
Hold on. Yeah.
Exactly. Those were their two biggest links, and I think they
Evan Neal.
Evan Neal. I think Malgo and Illuminor completely are complete upgrades. So I think their offensive line is going to be a lot better than they were in the past. By this point, you're gonna get all those John Harbaugh principles in there.
Right.
They brought in Patrick Ricard, so you're gonna have the 290-pound fullback leading Scatterboo. Then you go to defense. All these defensive ends, you're gonna figure out what you do with them by this point.
Right.
Reese and Edmonds, two big athletic linebackers.
Right.
I like all the names in their secondary. I don't know if they're gonna pan out or not, but huge Newsome fan. I like Javon Holland. Paul Adebo is still one of my favorite corners.
Yeah.
They got Colton Hood.
Yeah, they did. They got
by that point, you're gonna see him probably take a starting spot. So this team has talent.
Right.
I think week 1 is too early for them, but by the time we get to week 17, and
they would kind of
put a stamp on them. Yeah.
Yep. They put a stamp on them. That's right. Okay.
I'm tempted to go Giants right here. I'm really tempted. I'll be honest.
I'm not going back as far as the 2017 season. The Giants have only beaten us twice.
There's a tiebreaker.
No faith in them at all. Okay, so we beat the Giants. Okay.
No. You mentioned Colton Hood. He's a rookie, sure, but one thing I've noticed when reviewing him as a prospect, man, if he can't beat you in the press, he fooled.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he can't do it at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't put up any argument against that.
All right.
I like it. I like this team though.
Listen.
I won't give it the W, but I think it'll be a much closer game than we saw week 1.
It'll be fun.
Okay. Yeah,
it'll be fun.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna scare us. We may win it, but I think they're gonna scare us. I think by this week we have them at 13-4. Some of us.
By this point, I think that we're going on a 3-game winning streak, and we are now a 10-6 football team.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's many. Okay. All right,
So you got them 10-6. I think me and Chris got them 12-5.
12-5.
Something like that.
12-5. Yeah.
So,
I got 12-5.
So Giants game. Okay, so I
Who you
can't
got,
argue.
man?
I can't argue against what you said, Brent B. I got to go with the dub for Dallas, but I do think
absolutely
they're gonna scare us at some point in this game.
Yeah, they're gonna show that they're gonna show that all that talent they've started to accumulate, and they're 1 year away that they're gonna be able to really fight for that second position in the division. Yeah,
All
they're
right.
gonna be better.
I'll hop in week 18. We'll have something to play for. The Commanders won't blow out.
Blowout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see who we play week one. Let's see who we play first round.
That's
now,
it.
I really do think that the result of this game against the Commanders really just depends on what the stakes are. If the Cowboys are really just playing for like seeding, then they may just say, "Hey, we'll rest our guys and take the lower seed." If they're playing for playoff aspirations, then yes, they go in there and they try to, win this game. Same thing really goes for the Commanders. I think that they're a team that could be kind of like the wild card in the division. So and that wild card as in wild card spot. I mean wild card as in we don't know how things are going to go for them. I think that they are the wild card, and
I mean
they could just as easily be a 7-win team, or they could just as easily be a 10-win team by this time.
Yeah, you think the Commanders have a chance to be a 10-win team?
Possibly.
Okay,
it's possible. You got to remember they're getting the last place schedule.
Yeah,
they got a last place team.
They got a last place team, and by this time you may be dealing with an interim coach. So
true.
Yeah. So, like you said, it depends on what we're playing for. If we're already playing for seeding, if we can't get the number one spot, which I think from that point, I don't think we'll be in that position because I think we got 5 losses. We may be resting people to get ready for the playoffs. So, but they may be that bad that we might be able to turn around with our backups, which would be a refreshing thing, and go in there and get this dub in Washington. So that's gonna be interesting, man. Depends on what we're playing for.
Absolutely.
What we're playing for.
Yeah.
Now,
this may be the point where
generally believe that we beat them. Generally.
Yeah.
Like if this was a week 12 game or something like that, in any week except the last week, I could just say, okay, yeah, I believe we'll beat them. But it really just depends on the stakes.
Yeah. If it's to the point we just get healthy, we're trying to get healthy because we're gonna have to play that following week. And I'm playing my guys maybe a half, and then I'm getting up out of there.
But this may be a point in the season where if what we say happens, we swept the Eagles. We may be playing to get that number 5 spot to play the Eagles at home, or we may drop to 6 or 7 and have to go to Seattle. Or
I see what you're saying.
or
I see what you're saying. Right.
So we may be playing to try to not go somewhere we don't want to go week 1.
True. Sure. That may be true. Yeah. So this was kind of iffy, depending on what it's based on. But I still always wanted to give the Cowboys the dub against the Commanders.
Yeah, because I think if you look at our schedule, the way we just went through it, we've already have played at least 2 division winners.
Absolutely.
Sure. And then probably playing one of those teams that'll be kind of fighting for a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing Seattle and the Rams, one of those guys are going to be leading their division. That's the problem with Baltimore. I think those 3 teams in the AFC and the NFC West are just going to be tough.
Yep,
we already said we're going to lose to Arizona, and then you're dealing with Seattle as well as the Rams. So yeah. Beating the NFC West is going to be a conquest this year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we got a 2-hour show. Thank you for everybody who's been locking in with us this whole time.
No doubt, man. Yeah.
We still got let's do about 10 more minutes. I got a couple of questions before we close out.
Okay.
Ice Cold Cowboy has been filling up the comments.
Yeah, he's been killing it, man.
If anybody else has a question or a comment, feel free to put it in before we get out of here. Let me put the full schedule back up here, and then I got a couple of questions for you guys.
Gotcha.
So I think I've already kind of shown my hand, but looking at the full schedule, outside of that Cardinals game, what do you think is the trap game?
A trap game? The game will
Like,
not be
like a
looking.
game that you said. Well,
Mhm.
what's a game that you said you think we'll win that you think we have that we could just as easily lose?
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jacksonville's yours.
I think that they're an extremely well coached team. You know, they don't win solely due to their quarterback's play. Like I said, I'm not really a Trevor Lawrence stan or anything like that. I think that what Liam Cohen did in that first year was excellent, and I think that he can turn around and do that again.
I'm gonna go a little bit earlier. I think a trap game for us would be Tampa. I think you'd
Okay.
be looking towards that Green Bay game, getting on the road, all the hype around it, and kind of look past Tampa like, oh, hell, it's just Tampa, and then that can be a trap game for you.
I think Warbone's being funny here, but I'll put it up there anyway.
Okay. I might mess around and get some snaps in the Tennessee game.
I'm still leaning at Week 17 Giants. John Harbaugh is a winning coach. He's got a couple of his guys that he brought in from Baltimore.
By that time, the culture will be set in. Bluff. The culture will be
if
set
they
in.
buy in, I think that'll be an interesting game. They
That's
have
true.
to buy in.
Yep, that's it. That's
Ice
it.
Cold says Bucky Irvin with Tampa if he's available. It's a good point.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yep.
Excellent point.
Yep.
I think that Bucky Irvin's one of my favorite running backs in the league. I think that he's extremely versatile. If he is healthy, and that's something that he struggled with, man, he can go off.
I don't know. I don't see anybody having a Rico Dowdle kind of game on this defense ever again. I don't think we had that again. So I'm running wild. Nah, running effectively, maybe. I just think this defense is going to be so strong so good and so versatile against the run. I don't think you're going to have that happen. But salute to Bucky Irvin. Yeah, he's a talent.
Absolutely.
All right. Flip side of that, B, since you got us losing more games than me and Chris, what's a game that you have as a loss that you think we could flip into a win? What's the best one?
Even though I don't believe it's going to happen, right? We could turn around and win that Arizona Cardinals game just because, man, they're not a great team. They aren't. They just know how to play us. They've beaten us the last 4 times that we played. Matter of fact, if you go back as far as 2008, we've only beaten them once. Like they just know how to play us,
Yeah, I agree.
But they are such a bad team that we could mess around and win that game.
That's the same one for me. That one's always going to be a loss for me until I see otherwise. But that would be the one I definitely say. Yeah,
I would want to flip that one to get that to get that stigma off of that. But B, that's a better team than you really give credit to. You're just saying it's Arizona, and they had the 4th pick in the draft. That's a good football. That's a good collection of talent. Now
there we go. A good collection of talent. Are they well
great
coached?
collection of talent.
Are they well coached?
Okay, I'll give you that too. I'll give you that.
They got a new coach this year, right?
I believe so.
Yep, they did.
Yeah, because they fired
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, got rid of Gannon. Yep, but that's a good collection of talent.
Mike LaFleur is their coach.
Where was he at?
Green Bay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's gonna be interesting. What else you got, Bluff?
I mean, that's pretty much all I got for the schedule. But while I got you guys here, let me ask you a free agent question because we're kind of hitting that third wave in free agency. Who's a guy that you think? Well, let me back up. Who do you think is a June 1 cut that we may be interested in? Like, who do you think is a June 1 cut guy on another team?
Hold on. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man.
That's a great question.
Yeah, man.
I'll give you mine.
Give it to me.
I'll give you 2.
Okay.
The Cardinals absolutely have to cut a running back. There's no question. No question. Trey Benson or James Conner has to go. You can't draft this kid 4th overall, and you can't pay the kid from Atlanta all that money to come in and then just have James Conner being your second most expensive back, and Trey Benson a second round pick. And based off what you got, he's not touching the field.
Right.
So I think Conner has to be a post June 1, or Benson is a cut trade candidate.
See, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So my problem with the running back room is because I really don't trust Shoddy to be physical. I just don't trust Shoddy to protect, like I said before, to put this position where we start running the ball as we should. Because I think this should be a year where you got to find out what you got with Phil Maffa.
Yeah.
You got to find out what you have with Phil Maffa. And I think Javonte Williams and Maffa are kind of the same guys. And if you can start doing that, you kind of want to have more thunder than you do have lightning. Does that make sense? Because I think Blue has got to figure out whatever he's got to figure out. But I think he did show us something in that last game against the Giants. So Benson or Connor are the same thing as Maffa or Williams.
Yeah.
I don't have a home run threat, and I need a guy who can be a home run threat. So I'm looking for a different type of back if I'm going to bring that guy in.
Okay.
What you got on that, B?
I think that if I were to look for a post June 1st guy, the Saints don't really know what they're doing with Alvin Kamara.
Right.
I think that he would be a great one.
Yeah, you and Warbone on the same thought process.
It's possible that Eric Armstead could be going out of Jacksonville. You know, they drafted Rook Orojo. Look, I'm not trying to butcher that man's last name.
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of situations where we can come out with the guy. But I think that right now the biggest one would be Alvin Kamara, because I think that our running back room needs a lot of help. Now, as far as best remaining free agents, Jadeveon Clowney is obviously still there, but he's been a guy, he don't like doing like camp stuff, so he always signs really late.
I'm glad you said that, because I said the same thing.
Yeah, he does.
People think we're not signing him. Sometimes people just don't want to sign.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He always waits to sign towards the end of camp. He don't like doing training camp stuff. And hey, he goes out there and he balled. So I respect him.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about guys like Joey Bosa?
Nope.
I would rather have Von Miller.
Wow.
Really?
Wow. Now, why would you want Von over Joey?
I mean, Von had a good year last year with the Commanders. He, even though he's a little bit long in the tooth.
No, he ain't a little bit. He's very long in the tooth. Don't do that.
What his skill set was fits what Ezraku and Malachi Lawrence are now. So he would be a great teacher for them while being in the rotation and still being able to be effective. I don't think if you bring Nick Bosa in, he's basically just an older Rashawn Gary.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
At this point.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not Rashawn Gary, I think, is good on this side.
Yeah.
I think Sam Williams may give you a little bit.
Right.
We need some guidance on the other side.
Oh, yeah, because they're so young.
Gary, Rashawn Gary can't give that to him because he's not built
to do what they do.
Exactly.
So you bring Von in, maybe for a super situational type thing, but you're gonna keep the young guys trending towards doing that.
Oh yeah. Von's just there to be I'm on the sideline, I see something.
Yeah. What did you see here? Yeah. How'd you that?
When I was him, I did this, and this.
Yeah.
I see that in your game. Try it out.
There you go.
Now,
go ahead.
Now, this is the one who I'm not sure if this guy still wants to play football, but I mean Hassan Reddick out there. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he still wants to play football though. And yes, like you said, Christian Parker was a coach on the staff that he's played with previously.
True. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That'd be an aspect.
I'll give you another post June 1 that I don't think anybody's talking about, but I think it's going to happen. I think Jordan Brooks is going to be a post June 1 cut.
I'm hoping he is.
Absolutely.
And now, if you're gonna bring in another linebacker, which I'm crazy about I feel. Let me not say that. I'm okay because it's adequate. But if I bring in Brooks, then I definitely find a way. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I can bring in Brooks in June 1, I'm trying to play Overshown and I'm trying to trade him by the trade deadline so I can get something back from him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I want because I'm not going to.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. He
Yeah,
hasn't been healthy, and if you can
hasn't been
get something
healthy,
for him,
right? Because if these other guys start panning out, and if I've already got Brooks, I gotta get. Listen. I got a first rounder, a third.
you talking about in 2027?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull my draft up. I know, even though we say we got 2 first round picks, we really don't. We got one because we already gave that one away for Quentin Williams. I don't have a second. I think I got a third. Because they've been so willy-nilly with their draft picks.
Yeah.
You do have a second. You gave away your second this year, part of the Quinton trade.
Okay. So I got one. I got a first, a second. What we got?
You got a first, a second, and a third, and that's it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I can get away with it, he's playing well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sign him. If I can get a 4th or 5th for him, I'm doing it, bro.
Yeah. He's got the agent. You know it's gonna be contentious.
Yes.
Why go through that?
Why go through this? Why go through this? Why go through this when you know you're going to give him league minimum because he's not going to garner a big free agency market because he hadn't been healthy.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get somebody, say, hey, let me go and get him so I don't have to bid for his services. And give me a 4th or 5th for him.
Yeah. And let me say this about Jordan Brooks for the people who are watching who don't think that's an option. For one, Jordan Brooks is not the Mike in Miami. So that already kind of devalues him to that team.
Absolutely. Yep.
Number 2, they drafted Rodriguez. They drafted Kyle Lewis. Those guys play the same position and the same style of football as Brooks.
Right.
So now you got 2 guys right behind him. Neither one of them are Mikes. Maybe Rodriguez can play some Mike, but he's not a Mike.
Yep.
So you got 2 cheap guys behind him. Number 3, he's your most expensive linebacker on your team right now.
There you go.
This team is clearly rebuilding.
Yes.
So why pay him $8 million and you got Rodriguez and Lewis just sitting on the bench looking at him like, when are we going to get our shot?
Absolutely.
Why is the old guy here still in the club? That's how that looks like for them. Absolutely.
I think Miami overplayed their hand being trying to play hardball before the draft.
Yeah,
and I think it just fell. It just fell to a way that they had to take it, and they ended up with 2-wheel linebackers in the draft.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get Jordan Brooks. I definitely would love to get Jordan Brooks, but I don't want to give up anything for him. I want to get him on my term, and
you don't have anything that you can really give away for him,
right? But
not in this upcoming draft.
Hey, listen, I don't want to give. I don't want to give any of my future or trade my future away type stuff because I need those pieces. I'm missing them. I'm missing my home run running back right now because of Jonathan Mingo, which we all know Bluff loves. That's how I feel right now. I'm missing my running back, my home run running back, because I gave away that 4th round draft pick for Jonathan Mingo or Trey Lance. I don't care who it is, but I don't have that right now. I think the weakest room I have on my football team right now is my running back room, and that's to me.
Not
I mean, right. I know how much
I'm not upset about you saying that.
Okay. I know how much you feel about the linebackers, but that running back room is got a bunch of questions.
Yep, absolutely.
Warbone says, "What do you pay Brooks?" I mean, I think he's gonna get cut. Honestly,
yeah. I definitely think he gets cut. And I don't think you. But like I said, if you can get Brooks, I'm trying to position Overshown to bring me back a pick because I don't see anybody. Everybody else, I'm excited about. Everybody else I'm excited about. I can keep. I got leverage because they're still young. I don't have anything with Overshown.
Yeah.
But hope and jersey sales.
All right, guys. So it's almost midnight where you guys are. So we got one more question, and I get you guys out of here.
Go ahead, bro.
So Warbone asked the question. We were talking about the schedule. Which win would you rather prefer, the Ravens or the Niners? Because I think
49ers easy.
Okay.
49ers without question. I gotta get that stigma that I can't beat them off my back.
And their conference win.
Yeah.
It means more.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay.
That's what I would have. That's what I have.
All right. So you brought up the point about Overshown. This will be the last question.
Okay.
Who's another guy who's a potential trade candidate from this team?
Go ahead, Chris. I know you're gonna say
outside of Overshown.
Go ahead,
Trade
Chris.
listen, my number one trade candidate. Listen, I want nothing but healing and prosperity for Deron Bland's feet. I want his feet to get healed to supernatural power he looks great. He's moving fluidly and I can get something for him because Lord knows I don't want him on this football team because I want to be able to play Kobe Durant in the slot. I want Kalen Carson to, be able to start working together. But by midseason, I want to have Mr. Moore, Mr. Ravel, and Kobe Durant out there for my three corners.
Okay.
And then just let Caleb Downs rove and be a rover, play deep safety, or go ahead and put Malik out to pasture if at all possible. That's my goal. Who you got, B?
Exact same. I already knew who Chris was gonna say. I want Deron Bland to have a good year so that he can possibly be a trade candidate. Someone that we can, move on from, at or around the trade deadline to another team that maybe thinks that they're a contender, something like that. Yeah. So I'm rooting for Deron Bland to have a great year because not only does that help us prior to any potential trade, but it helps us to move up off of him for a pick as well.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I want up out of here.
Yeah, Willie Vassar came in late talking about Max Crosby. I think that ship is sailed.
Oh, that's gone. Yeah, it's gone, man.
His value will never be as high as it was before the draft.
Never.
And now we have those lingering injury concerns. Number 2. Number 3, they kind of went all in free agency on the defense. I think they're going to see what they can put together.
Wait, you mean the Cowboys?
No, the Raiders. The Raiders kind of went all in.
They made a lot of moves. They made a lot of moves,
and they got the rookie quarterback. I think they're going to see what Max Crosby can do there. I don't think he's an option anymore.
Yeah,
unless you're willing to give up 2 first, like the Ravens did.
Absolutely,
and let it stick.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't want to make that happen. They definitely want to make that happen.
All right, guys, 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Wow,
it's almost midnight for you guys. Great show,
doubt.
Great conversation.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
As always, appreciate you guys joining me on the 5th quarter. Before we get out of here, let the people know who you are, where they can watch you at.
Land explain for us, Chris.
Hey, listen, man, we are Frankly Football. 2 guys who just love football, love the Dallas Cowboys. Definitely want to have some different rules where we're going to watch it. We're going to tell you that coaching matters. We're definitely going to be to the point that we just want to give you the best content we can, man. You can always find us on YouTube at Frankly Football. You can find us on Twitter under Frankly Football, or you can find me under my whole full name. But I'm setting it off, Chris, man. This is B, man. We the 2 guys at the 7-Eleven late, making sure that your hot dogs aren't burnt and that your chicken is still crispy. And, man, we always say got the refrigerator stocked so you can come and get something quick and easy, man. That's who we are.
All right, B, you got anything to add to that, or did Chris hit it all?
Chris covered all those bases, man. We are a unit. Look, we speak for both of us.
That's it, man.
One more thing. Let people know. I know you guys kind of go live whenever you want, but what's like a consistent day or time that you guys normally are live? Like we
usually do a Monday, Wednesday, and then we're gonna be kicking with Stargazer this Friday. And so we're gonna be rocking with her. And then sometimes what we usually try to do, we might try to, because we're in this spot and we're trying to work through, but we try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Okay.
That makes it our move, what we try to do. So we bump heads against you sometimes because we're taping, or some of the other people that, cover 3, they run on a Wednesday. So we're kind of in that spot.
Everybody does Wednesdays.
Everybody do Wednesday, man. The guys that we love and respect on Wednesdays, but we're kind of Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What time? Like around what time frame?
We're around about 6. Okay, we usually set for 6:30, but it depends on my dogs. So
That's
if I'm
Central
walking
or
by
Eastern?
we're Eastern time.
Okay.
Eastern Standard. Yeah. So if we're usually try to do 6:30, but if I'm walking my dogs, we probably go as late as 7:30.
Okay.
Yep. That's what we
All
get
right.
down there, man.
So for those of you guys watching, make sure you go catch them. Frankly
No doubt,
Football,
man.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Go find them on X. Go find them on YouTube.
No
Check
doubt.
out what they're talking about. Got a lot of great content to discuss.
No doubt.
And for those of you who are new to this show, feel free to join us every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time for the Fifth Quarter Podcast. As you guys know, we're kind of in those dog days where we're searching for content.
Hey,
I would probably say I hope there is no content right now because that means that everybody's staying out of trouble and we don't have any Rasheed Rices.
That's
But
man, come on,
yeah.
bro.
We'll definitely be here next Wednesday. We'll have a great
no
topic.
Nolan Smith. We just saw that he got arrested.
Oh, he did. I missed that one.
Oh man,
135 and a 70.
Ooh,
Man,
Yeah,
one
he
thing,
just-
man. One thing with them Georgia players, man, they gonna
drive fast.
for
for
sure.
no reason.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. 130, man. What? And I got a kid that's got one of those kind of cars, man. And I'm still just trying to figure out why do you have to. I mean, it's still gonna be there whenever you get.
I can't talk, Chris.
I mean, I understand.
135
you,
is
130 and a
crazy,
70 is insane, though, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen. It's hard, but it's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you need a rocket ship for? I'm sounding like an old man again.
All right. Well, thank you everybody who joined us. Appreciate you guys locking in with us for almost 2.5 hours. Thank you everybody who watched us over on YouTube at Frankly Football.
No
you
doubt.
Get a chance, come back and check us out again.
Oh,
And
yeah,
those of
definitely
you-
come back. Definitely come back and check
Yeah.
out. Bluff,
Those
man.
of you
Come
watching
in.
from DC4L and Bluff City Cowboys page, make sure to go check them out as well. And once again, everybody watching on X, I need to get you guys on Facebook or YouTube one time because you guys are watching consistently, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say.
No
So,
doubt.
thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. And as always, let's go Cowboys.
No
You
doubt.
guys have a good night.
Peace.